Good morning, YouTube. This is Sauerkraut, and I'm here with Don Pierce and Mr. Scott Howarth. Sorry, I always say the name wrong. I don't know why. It's so
You're
easy and
starting to be
phonetically.
like me, dude. That's the problem.
Yeah, I
I
almost want
can't
to
get
call him
names.
Scott Horvath, and I know that that's wrong, but it's Howarth, right?
It is Howarth, yeah. I've gotten
Okay.
it
That's
all sorts of ways, and I told my son he's a hockey player, and people say his name wrong. I'm like, it doesn't matter if they say your name wrong, as long as they're saying your name. That's all that matters.
That's right. There you
and they
go.
got the zeros at the end of it.
Yes, yeah. So now what we need you to do, YouTube, we need you to click down below, subscribe, and so you know that we got some pretty powerful celebrities here. We did Aaron Allen last week. We didn't do him, but we had
You
him.
did, I didn't. Don't friggin' ever admit that, dude.
We
Yes,
had him.
so.
We had him here in studio, from his home studio, and now we have his buddy Scott Howarth here today. And
It's usually me that's.
we are gonna have some fun. Yes.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna have some fun, all right. It's gonna be with you, right, Scott?
Yes,
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
nail them good, Scott.
hopefully with me and not at my expense.
Ah, there you
Well,
go. Yes.
Well, you know what? Ask Aaron.
Yeah.
It's always at somebody's expense, not ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show, buddy. Glad to have you on here, man. Like, what a great career you seem to be having here in the late, man.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me. And before we forget, happy belated birthday to you. It was Don's birthday yesterday for everyone out there that doesn't know. So hopefully you're not feeling too weathered this morning.
Well, you know what, Scott? I'm not gonna lie. Let's just say I have a headache and things ain't just working right. Let's just put it. I'm on coffee number 1800 and something this morning, and I still got the peg mouth, if you know what I mean. Yeah, double nickels for me, Scott. So,
Oh, wow.
you young men, you're just young in heart. But anyway, we're not here to talk about this old fart. We're here to talk about you. You got a couple of great singles out there, man. And I've been following your Facebook summer tour. Got to say, I've enjoyed myself.
Thank
I must
you.
have seen you in there once or twice.
Yes,
I have
sir.
commented. I've commented once or twice. What a great thing to do, man. What gave you that idea?
Well, when COVID first started, I was just doing live from down here in the music room. And then my buddy Sean was like, you should do a backyard tour and come play at my house. Well, if I play at his house, I can play at everyone else's house. So it was great to get out and, do my hour and a half show live from someone's backyard and then sit around their fire, have some beers, meet some people, sell some merch, just like a real show. It was really good. It was really enjoyable and a good way for me to get out of the house and break the monotony of the whole COVID lockdown.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself each and every the time I entered your little private party there. I felt that I had to have a party too. So, we kind of brought your home party into my party. So we had a good
Perfect.
time. Yeah. Used a lot of data up at the cabin, I can tell you, listening to your shows. Up at the cabin, it gets dark pretty early, and you're Ontario time, I'm BC time. But we really enjoyed it. The boys at the camp, they really enjoy your stuff.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk about your new single, man. Let's hit that out, man. Did Scott freeze on me? Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey, that's cool. We could all do the same thing. Just yeah.
Hang on.
He froze. Oh, there he's back.
Can I put my arm down now?
Yeah,
Okay,
we can stop.
Jeez. I got the biggest cup of coffee I could find. I got my wife's soup cup.
Yes.
I put them cup of soups in. And I have filled this thing up about 4 friggin' times this morning. That's why I was thinking I have 18 million coffees this morning.
I've got to keep my coffee down low because it's in a cup that's not a sponsor.
Uh-oh. What, Superman? Oh, no!
Yeah, it's a travel cup today. I was
me
late
and you are
running
gonna
out
have
the door.
Me and you are going to have conversations about that.
Yes. Papa Bear is
Yeah,
joining us
that.
here on the chat. He says good morning, everybody, and
You know that.
Morning.
Can we get back to my interview? Or
let's get back to the interview now that his computer stopped freezing.
you're ugly, and I don't want to look at you anymore. The girls are not here to see you.
I know
They're here to
your
see
your
him.
mom said that to you quite a bit growing up, but my mom never once said that to me. She said that I was beautiful and that I had the face for TV. I know that your mom told you you had the face for
You're lied.
radio, and that's
You
why
lied.
you're here.
Your fucking mom lied. Never
Speaking of
mind.
moms, I better say good morning to mine. I know she's tuned in, so good morning, Mom.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my lord, and I'm swearing.
Hi,
Ah,
mom.
it's okay. She likes
Hi,
you, Don.
mom.
Don't
How
worry.
are? Hey, how the hell are you gonna not tell me your mom's listening?
She listens
Like-
all the time now.
Scott, like, what the hell is the matter with you? Like, I thought we were friends, buddy. Like, you got to tell me when your mom's here. Because, hi, mom, how are you?
She spends enough time with me. She's heard the foul language. It's okay.
Yeah, but not from me. Like,
True enough.
Scott. Now you're in trouble because all the stuff that I had hidden that I wasn't going to bring up, now I'm going to bring up. Like the fact that 20 years ago, when you first met Aaron Allen, it was one hell of a party. But
It was
he
good. Sorry,
he
go
tells
ahead.
us, yeah, it's not my fault. We have this delay, and I kind of interrupt everybody, so it doesn't matter. I just go on anyway, Scott. Anyway, 20 years ago, partying, had a good time, music industry back there. What was it like 20 years ago in the music industry in London? Ontario?
Not anywhere as big as it is today. I mean, things have really blown up recently, especially for country music in London. A lot of the stuff Aaron and I did music-wise back then was in our house. We used to live together 20 years ago. And so
You see that? Now, wait a minute. Back up. Put the brakes on. That fucker never told us that.
No.
No.
Yeah,
So now
he
we're.
did.
So,
He said
so
that
now,
they lived together.
No, they said they partied together.
No, I think he did say for a little bit that they lived together.
Did they?
Yeah, I think
Well,
so. I
well,
think
where
he
the
did
hell was
mention
I?
that.
Yeah, well,
We'll
I missed
rewind the tape and we'll check it
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna rewind the tape and check it out. Anyway, you got to tell us some stories about that. 20 years ago, living with Aaron Allen. Let's talk about the music back then. How is it different than today?
In terms of the country music, I think it's evolved a lot more and gotten more of a modern feel to it. Back then, it was still a little of the old-fashioned country, which I love still. Like I grew up playing Hank Williams and Johnny Cash and that stuff, and that's near and dear to my heart. But now it's evolved a little more and allowed it to become more mainstream. We've gotten rid of those jokes or those insensitive sayings about the country music and how it's all sad and my dog left and my truck broke down. And now people realize that it's more than that. It's just good heartfelt songs, whether it's about a love life or whether it's about going out and partying with the guys. It's allowed it to become more mainstream, become more popular, and create more opportunities for artists.
Yeah, that is true. London, Ontario has kind of become the Nashville of the North all of a sudden. A lot of the country shows coming to London. How has that helped your career?
It's been great. I mean, we had the Grammys here, not the Grammys, the
CMAOs.
The CMAOs. No, the
I'm getting it.
OCMAs.
Yeah.
The Junos. We had the Junos last year. That's what I was looking for.
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
We had the Junos last March. I mean, the amount of venues that were opened up and shows that we got to play were just phenomenal. We played at a bar right outside of the Bud Gardens last year, right before the award show for the Junos. So, I mean, having that kind of musical influence of our city and bringing all the big acts and the big festivals and award shows has really created a lot of opportunities for everybody.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly London grabbed onto that and has just took hold of that. I'm proud of London for doing that and bringing the, entertainment, the independent entertainment world, which you are in, different world altogether than mainstream music. You guys do everything yourself, and any chance you get to be able to get that kind of exposure must be great for your career. Like I've watched your career over the summer. I've watched your Facebook page grow a little bit. I've watched your YouTube page fucking grow. You're doing all right, dude. Like it's just a part of right time, right moment. And I think your moment's coming. So let's talk about your songs here. You got some great songs. Let's talk about it.
I can tell you his moment's coming. It's October 31st. He's going to get this ultimate exposure right on the Halloween Spooktacular.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. I'm so excited to watch that Saturday.
Yeah, I've been editing like crazy, and I think you guys are going to like some of the stuff that I've done. Some of the stuff you're going to be like, what an ass, but...
No, I do that every day, so... Can we get back to talking about his songs?
Yes, let's talk about his songs.
Okay, your latest single. Let's hear it.
This single, Right by Your Side. I wrote it with my guitar player manager Chris Cleve, along with another local talented artist, Justine Chantel. It's a song that I'd written it originally with Chris, and then I'd rewritten the lyrics 4 or 5 times to the part I couldn't even remember what the right lyrics were. I'd rewritten it trying to find the right one so many times, and I thought, why don't I bring Justine in? She's such a talented artist, and she was able to help me get it to a point where I was super happy with it, and she actually sings on it as well with that beautiful female voice.
Yeah, I was going to ask you who the chick was because she does have a beautiful voice, and why you haven't sent me her music.
I'll have to tell her to send it to you right after this.
Yeah, what a great voice she has. Like, do you collaborate in a lot of your songs with other people, or is it a Scott deal mostly?
Well, it's the Scott Howarth band. It's not just Scott Howarth. I got all the boys with me. Rich Mikolajczyk.
That's what we're talking about. Thank you.
Chris Cleve and Mike Oliveria. But usually write with someone else. I find it a lot easier than writing by myself. You get to that brick wall and you need someone just to throw it. Hey, what do you think of this idea? And that helps move it along with the songwriting. So the other 2 singles we've released so far, I've written with Aaron. And we've got a new one that we're going to head into the studio shortly that Aaron and I wrote last Thursday after his interview with you, actually.
Yeah, he said he was going to do a writing deal with you. So it all worked out cool. You guys got a good song coming out or what?
Yeah, it should be a good one. We're pretty happy. He even had beer in the fridge for me at your recommendation. You had told him to make sure he had beers in the fridge. So
you're damn right. I watch your show.
We got you ahead of time. Yeah, we knew. Yeah. We had your back. But the other thing that we want to say is that we should get first dibs at releasing that song. I just want to say that. Let us play it first on air. How does that sound?
You got it. That's a deal.
Exclusive deals. The very first, you'll hear it here first. The new Scott Howarth band with writing credits to Aaron
Allen.
Thank you.
Come on.
I'm drawing a blank this morning. Jeez.
I got you up too early, didn't I?
Yeah. And these guys are just in London all the time. I'm in London all the time too. So we're gonna have to get together and do some of these palm bombs that I've heard about.
Yeah, next time you're in town, give me a heads up and we'll set something up.
Yeah, explain what a palm bomb is for our listeners.
Now. A palm bomb, or some people call it a rocket or a turbo. You mix beer and Palm Bay, half and half. I was saying to the guys earlier that when you drink beer all day, you get bloated and you're kind of, I don't want to do anything. And those Palm Bays are just so sweet and syrupy. But if you mix them together half and half, you don't get bloated. They're not too sweet. Deliciousness that you can drink all summer afternoon or all winter night.
I guess it would kind of be like
just don't drink and drive. Right? Just don't drink and drive.
Right. What was that, sauerkraut?
I said I guess it would kind of be like a shandy, right? Like half lemonade, half beer, right? That's kind of what I do on a hot day.
Are you freaking lemonade and beer?
Hey, listen here. Don't knock.
God, what are you becoming? Are you becoming? Nah, fuck that. Are you becoming Budweiser or something? Like they've gone strange too, dude.
Yeah, well, the Budweiser's got that orange beer. I heard that tastes like crap. It just tastes like orange peels. You might as well just eat the orange peel. But I like the Bud Light Lime when they had that. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you would. You would.
Yeah. Yeah,
you gotta drink. If you're gonna drink a lady's beer, don't say it on air.
Yeah, but actually, you want to hear because I quit drinking beer because.
Can you just shut up so I get on with my interview?
Yeah, but I'm just saying I quit drinking beer because of the carbs. So you want to hear about ladies' beer? When I do drink beer, it's Michelob Ultra. And when I do the palm bombs, it will be with the 0 carbs Palm Bay.
Jesus. I see them cans on your website all the time, Scott. Is that something you're producing and putting out together or what?
No, I wish they'd jump on board and sponsor my my Friday night show or sponsor the band, but no dice.
Yeah, I'm surprised. What a deal that is. You got to get together with Dean there and his new Huckleberry fucking drink there. And don't drink it. It's terrible. I'm telling you, it's terrible. And I'll call out anybody. If you got shitty music, I'm going to tell you. You got a shitty drink, buddy. You got a shitty drink. That's a bad. Oh, God. It's bad. It's available in Ontario. And I got my dad to send me some because it's not available out here yet. And because I wanted to try it, and God, it's terrible. It was not.
What is it? What is it called?
It I don't know, Huckleberry or something. I got a can around here somewhere.
All right.
No, I don't. I don't know where it is,
Who
but
cares?
anyway, it
It's
doesn't
fine.
matter. It's terrible. And out of the 6-pack you sent me, yeah, well, there's one and a half. One went down my gullet, the other one went down the sink, and the other is still in the fridge. So yeah, terrible stuff. I don't know why country stars think they can make beer. I don't know. Just can't do it. I'm bugging
Well,
you,
if you're gonna
Scott.
make beer, at least make it good.
Yeah, no doubt I'm bugging you.
I mean, 1 out of 6 country songs is sung about beer, so I mean, they might as well get into the beer market somehow. You know what I mean? But
I feel
that's
like
the
it might
thing.
even be a higher percentage than that.
Yeah,
For some
definitely
reason,
maybe actually it was 1 in 3. I might I might be wrong, but 1 in 3, I think. So between one and
you're
three
not.
and 1 in 6 is the average country song about beer. So it's pretty high. And then they've got away from the "I lost my dog, I lost my girlfriend, and lost my truck" kind of thing,
Yeah,
unless
now
they're
it's a
kind
lot
of
of
like making fun of that.
get her done, buddy.
Yeah, now it's more about drinking and having fun, I guess, right? Which is pretty cool.
That's how I helped get my buddy TJ into country music. He was never into it, and I'm like, dude, but you're gonna like the songs. Like, it's all about stuff we like to do, like drinking in the backyard and playing horseshoes and stuff. Like, this is our life. Listen to this. You're gonna like it.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
like that it's fun. And that's one thing I do like about country music and the country music family is that it is fun. So let's talk about your new single, "Right by Your Side." Is that it? I got the right one. I'm
I don't
trying to
know. Do
find
you?
I don't know. I'm asking him. Like, what did he do? Fucking freeze again or what?
No.
No, I'm just bugging him. Just not, dude.
I missed
You
that.
just,
You guys froze. Sorry. I
Oh,
missed.
okay.
I
So
missed
maybe
the
we did
intro.
freeze, or maybe he did freeze. There you go.
talking about your new single, dude. you know, you got a couple of great hits. And I'm just trying to find my paperwork. I apologize, Scott. It's been a really crazy morning with
What's
this
your new
virus.
single, Scott?
Right by Your Side is our latest release.
No,
Right,
I
that's what he
got
said.
that. I want the other one, you moron.
Which other one? Never Been
One
Kissed Like That?
that is it.
There you
That's
go.
the one I want to talk about. What a song that is. I really enjoy that. Let's talk about that one before we talk about your latest one, because your latest one's going crazy here at the station. Getting a lot of email requests for that song, "Right by Your Side."
Excellent.
Yeah, but let's talk about your first ever. Fucking, I've lost. You know what the hell with it? Let's just fly by fucking night here.
I've never seen him throw his notes. That's great. I love it.
That's amazing.
Oh, fuck. Like I'm so with this computer problem, I am so disarranged. It's unfriggin' believable.
Yeah, and
Just
now that you're a
half of my
senior citizen, I mean, your brain's not working the way that it used to. The dementia's already kicked in. It's only day 1, Don. Come on.
I know. It's just crazy. Fuck. I had all these great fucking questions here, and now of course I've got about 100 fucking books here with everything from the concert, from our shows, from the cabin show. We have another podcast. We do the cabin, which you are going to come on. I got to tell you, forget it. I'm done looking for notes. Let's just talk to Scott about your songs and your music. Let's talk about your song, "Right by My Side." Never mind this Kiss song or whatever the hell it is. I can't even find it now.
Never been kissed like that.
Never been kissed like that. You know what, Scott? I'm just about ready to say fuck this interview and start all over. I don't know, but I can't do it because we're live on TV. And here I am swearing, and we're live on TV.
Yeah.
And you told me to behave myself.
Yeah,
I know.
well,
I'm just I'm so displaced. It's unbelievable.
yeah, I mean, I was just gonna cut the audio from this and play it on the radio after, but I'm gonna have to do like a week of editing because of all the F-bombs. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. It's just that Have you ever been in your studio? I'm talking to Scott now. Get your face out of there and give me Scott. Have you ever been in your studio when things aren't just working right?
Yeah, once or twice.
Well, that's the day I'm having. Anyway, let's talk about your music. The hell with it. I'm just cleaning up all my mess here because let's talk about your music, and we're gonna have you back in for a proper interview on the radio when I get this fixed. Really incredible. Go ahead, tell me about your single. Did he freeze
I
again?
think he froze.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, there he is. So
You guys froze on me.
You froze again. Yeah. All right. So Don was asking. He says, "Just tell us about your new single. Tell us what inspired it, how it came to be, and all that stuff."
Right by your side. It's just all about how being with that person you love and right by their side is really all that you need in life. I mean, when you find a woman you love, you don't need to go out and do fancy stuff. You just need to be home with them on the couch, snuggled up, watching a movie. Just want to be with them. And it talks about wanting to love like the good old days, like back when our grandparents were around. It was just a different kind of love back then, I think, than what we see nowadays. A lot more genuine and sincere. So hopefully that inspires people maybe to look at their relationships and make sure they're with the one they love and treating them the way they deserve to be treated.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I think the difference
Nice,
between
nice.
between
That's a
our
psychology.
grandparents. Yeah, but I'm just saying between our grandparents and now, they had like 14, 15 children to a family. We have like maybe one now. So
Yeah.
the more children you have, the more you're going to be interconnected. I'm
One?
going to tell you that.
One? I got more
Yeah.
than one.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm a senior citizen here, right?
Yes, yeah. What I should do, I have a good idea actually for us because I know, Don, that you just turned 55. So what I think I'm going to do is see if we can't get Viagra to be a sponsor for us as well.
I don't need no fucking Viagra. I can tell you that. Fucking Viagra.
Or Lipitor. How's that?
I can still do a porn flick, buddy. No problem.
We don't want to see it.
Might have to have a couple of stand-ins, but I can still do it.
Oh god.
Yeah. No thanks. No.
Look at it. I can hear him
in the. Nobody wants to see that.
Can you get back to this guy's music? Because
yes, let's get back to his music. Okay.
I can hear Scott in the background going, "Oh my god, is this going to be over soon?"
No. He's not there yet.
No, this is better than real work.
Give him time. But all right. So with that song there, how long did it take you to write that song?
5 months with that one, on and off. Excuse me. Chris Cleve, my guitar player manager, he had written the music for it and sent it to me, and I started laying some words down to it and thought I had a song. And then as I played it, I'm like, man, I'm not really happy with the lyrics. So we went back and I rewrote some, and then went back again and rewrote, and went back again and rewrote. And then that's when I finally got Justine Chantel to come in and help me finally finalize the writing process on it. So it was a long drawn out one. Whereas in comparison to Never Been Kissed Like That, I wrote with Aaron, we did it in about an hour. Sometimes
I'm hoping that the inspiration from that song didn't come from being kissed by Aaron.
No.
Where did the inspiration for that song come from?
That song actually came about. I had another song that I was working on that we haven't even finished recording yet at this point, called Without Warning. And there were a few lines I was having trouble with. So I said, Aaron, come on over and we'll have some dinner and help me sort this song out. And we're trying to find a line for it. And he said, Never Been Kissed Like That. And then we're like, oh my God, hang on a second. That's not a line for this song. That's going to be a whole song all on its own. Huh. So as I say, it didn't take very long, maybe an hour. We were able to plow through that one. When it happens, sometimes it just happens. So we got that done. And at the time, Aaron was writing songs for Eric Etheridge. And he said, I think we need to send this song to Eric Etheridge. And I said, well, I would love to, but I'm in the recording studio in 4 days and don't have a song. So Eric's going to have to wait. I'm going to steal this one from him.
Yeah, good deal, because it's a great song, man. I love it. Let's talk about a little bit about, the whole recording process with that. Are you into a studio? Are you doing stuff from home now, or how are you doing your recordings, getting them out there?
Going into the studio still.
Yep. Right there in London. Give them a shout out if you like.
Yeah, in London, the last three we've recorded at the Watershed in London with our good friend Eric Altamonte. It's been great being able to see the guys and get in the studio. And we've had a couple rehearsals, but rehearsals are kind of on the back burner since there's no real shows to play these days. But it's nice to be able to get in the studio with the guys, and I mean that's when we have our most fun. You just sit around all day, and you can tell you really like a song after you've spent a day in the studio listening to it maybe 120 times over and over and over.
Yeah, it's quite a deal. Like in so you're saying that you don't got much, not many acts and not many stuff going on any day. So what are you doing with yourself besides sitting here talking to us jackasses?
Well, I'm gonna start my Friday night shows again, but they'll be on Saturday now. Because the other thing keeping me busy is my son Jackson and his hockey. He
Yeah, there is.
plays single A hockey here in London.
How old is he? How old is Jackson?
14.
So is he in what, bantam, or what is he in?
Yeah, major bantam.
Major bantam. Is he on a traveling team?
Yeah, he plays single A for the Junior Mustangs.
Uh-oh. Got another Maple Leaf star here or what?
I hope so.
Yeah, don't worry, Scott. I follow you that much. I know you're a Leaf fan.
Yeah, there's not too much traveling with the hockey right now, obviously with COVID, but we still have practice 2 or 3 times a week, so that keeps us pretty busy.
Do they get to play actually?
What's that?
Are they playing hockey in Ontario now?
Just having team practices right now.
That's sad. It's this whole COVID thing. It's not only music that's been affected. Our kids' sports lives and their growth has changed quite a bit. Let's talk about a little bit of COVID here before we get back into your song. Like, how serious are you taking this COVID? I see you got some masks out there on your website and stuff for sale on your merch page. Cool mask, by the way. Like it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you got a lot of cool shit on that merch page, man. I love the shirts. I love the design. That whole design on your shirt, I bet you about 95% of the people would not know even what the hell that is.
100%. Yeah, that's why I chose to go there. I figured it'd be a conversation starter with people. Like, oh, what's that on your shirt? I can tell how old you are immediately because you don't know what that is.
Yeah, you're too young for that. It was incredible. As soon as I seen it, I said that he has got some class to him, because that is old school, and what a great design, man. I have, someone to come out and think that far out of the box and put a little bit of the past into the future, gung-ho to, man.
I like to see my music's a little bit of the past and a little bit of the future kind of combined to one. I'm not an old school country artist, and I'm not a poppy, dancey country guy, but I'm a little bit of that brought together.
A little bit of country, a little bit of rock and roll.
I'm the Osmonds, baby.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, there you go. Except, you don't look like Marie, buddy.
Yeah, the hair's getting pretty long. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, between you and Sauerkraut, we got the hairdos going on here. Anyway,
hey.
Justin Trudeau.
February.
Yeah, the Justin Trudeau look. That's Sauerkraut. Jesus. You see Sauerkraut's trying to grow that Castro look, but he can't get it done.
Yeah, no, I've been growing this for like 6 months now. This is a 6 month of clock shadow.
What are you talking? 6 fucking months? I seen you that 3 years ago. You had that same look. Oh, you an asshole. Anyway, this COVID thing, what does Scott do with his life besides music? Do you have other work? Do you do another job?
I work for Canada Life Insurance Company.
Yep.
So that's my normal day and what I'm going back to after we finish this interview. So that's why I'm in no rush to get off this. As much as I do love my job, I'd rather talk to you guys than talk about life insurance all day.
Yeah, so you're a life insurance dude.
Yeah, I manage a team of about 20 people that handle life insurance policies.
So you guys all working from home?
Yeah, since day one of the pandemic, we've been working from home, which has been nice. I do miss my work folk and socializing with them, but I do like working my pajamas if I want to.
Yeah, I'm in mine right now, actually. I threw a shirt on.
Put pants on for today, boys. You're welcome.
Yeah, I did put my button-up shirt on for you, Scott.
I've seen some good interviews, actually, where people didn't realize that. So they just got dressed from the top, like their top, and they were like in their underwear sitting there in a Zoom call, and they didn't realize that the camera was kind of pointed down towards their crotch, and that this was like live on news and everybody could see their underwear.
Oh my God.
There's been quite a few of those going on during the COVID, guys getting caught cheating on their spouses and stuff live on TV, stuff like that. It's been crazy what's been going on during COVID. So the life insurance industry, has it gone up or have you gone down since COVID started?
We stayed about the same. Our business has been right on track as to where it was before.
Yeah.
And it's been nice that we've had everyone working from home, and we've had zero interruptions or zero effects on our clients. Everyone's been able to work from home right from March break when we all came home.
Nice.
So do you hope someday to make music your full-time career, Scott?
I would love to. Yeah, that's the idea and the goal behind it. If you can do something it's a saying, if you can do something you love, you'll never work another day in your life. If I
So
can make a living,
someone
if I can
walked
make
up
a
to you,
living,
right? Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Let's do
If I
this
can
now.
make a
You go
living,
ahead. I go ahead. No, you go fucking ahead, man.
I'm going.
You go ahead. There you go, dude.
If I could make a living playing guitar and singing songs and talking to great folks like you every day, that would be a dream come true for me.
Yeah, like so if someone walked up to you right now and said, "Hey, Scott, I love your music. Man, I got to have you on my tour." What would you say?
When do we leave?
That's it, and that's the goal of everybody, and it's I find about independent artists, and I ask this question a lot to independent artists, just to see where their head is in music, you know what I mean? And for you to drop everything, and just say, "I'm going on tour." What kind of hardship would that be at home?
Well, I've got my mom who's watching is very supportive. She's always been a great help with Jackson. I've had Jackson sole custody of Jackson since he was 1 year old. So mom's
Wow.
always been a great one to help out. And, I've got a show, she'll come watch him, and I'm sure she'd have no problem watching him while I toured the world with Luke Bryan or somebody.
Well, there you go.
Well, no,
Like
you're going to tour the world with
You're
sauerkraut
Trout
and
and
Don
Don.
Pierce.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, no, don't. I'm bringing it up because some friends of mine have a tour going on right now, actually. Rise Up TV
Yeah.
Roku. They're going to be in London. You should stop by, look them up, and go say hi. You really should.
Yeah.
Were they in Fort
Scott,
Erie
you really should.
last night?
I will.
You really should, Scott.
Were they in Fort Erie last night, or are they? Is that tonight?
Tonight. They'll be in Fort Erie tonight, and then I believe
London
Saturday
sometime
night.
this week, right?
Yeah, they'll be Saturday night, I think, 31st.
Well, let's not.
I got plans Saturday, and I'm watching the Halloween.
That's the same time. Yeah, the
No.
Halloween.
It's 8 o'clock at night or something, or 9 o'clock at night. They're at a bar or something over there.
They'll still be going on.
I'd have to get my notes out, and I can't get into my computer to do it. But
well, somebody threw his notes.
I didn't do that. I'm telling you, I had such,
and I guarantee once his grandson comes back in, he's going to see this mess, and Don's going to be like, "Why'd you make such a mess in here?"
No, they're not here this week. They're at their father's. So.
All right.
Yeah. So I got the studio.
Scott froze, by the way, so we're good to go.
No, that's okay.
Boy froze. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there he is. There he is. We're all freezing here. It's fucking computers. I hate them. But it's something like that whole tour thing is Rise Up TV's got a tour. Like, they're doing things that people say they can't do. And the reason I bring that up, Scott, is because you're doing things that people say, hey, it shouldn't be done. Your music is kind of this outlaw, poppity country kind of deal. And, you're kind of breaking some tradition in country music, so how do you feel about that? Like making leaps and bounds and people actually saying, hey, I want to do music like Scott.
I mean, that's a compliment for sure. I think the key is you have to do something different, right? And be groundbreaking or have a different sound. If I just came out and sang Luke Bryan songs and sounded like Luke Bryan, the world already has a Luke Bryan. I could sing all Aaron songs and write stuff like Aaron, but the world already has an Aaron Allen. They don't need a repeat of something that's already out there. So you need to find something fresh and something new to bring to the table to make people listen and be interested.
Yeah. How much time do you spend on an every given day thinking about music?
More than I should, I think.
Yeah.
It's a nightly thing of playing the guitar and trying to write songs. And that's the nice part about, this is where I work. This is my home office, is my music room. So, when I finish work at 4:15, sometimes I don't even go upstairs. I'll just turn around, grab a guitar and start working on a song.
Yeah, we talked a little bit earlier about your guitar collection there. It's quite a collection you have there. We talked that before we went on air, like you have about 13, 14 guitars, and I do too. Like it's a kind of a thing for me. I don't know. It's like you walk through it, and I don't buy my guitars at a guitar store. I find them, and man, you find some of the most interesting. I call them sticks back because I'm old school. You find some of the nicest guitars in pawn shops and places you would never. I got a Les Paul that I paid $25 for.
Oh wow.
Yes, and the guy didn't have no clue what he had in his pawn shop in Toronto, and
Well,
he said, "Make."
that's just an idiot.
No, I said to him, I says, "What do you want for this thing?" He says, "Make me an offer," and I just was being stupid. I said, "Okay, I'll give you $25." He says, "Take it. It's been here for months." I said,
Perfect.
"Okay, yeah." It's just that it's an obsession with me, and it seems to be an obsession with you. Do you prefer playing
Yeah,
acoustic or electric?
acoustic mostly. I have two Telecasters. I have the one up there that I bought a few years ago, and then Jackson and I actually built one of those build your own home kits. So that
Yes,
was
yeah,
kind of a cool project. It doesn't sound quite like the real ones you buy from Fender,
yeah.
but I mean for him and I, it was a great project to put together.
Yeah, you got that's the whole thing. It's just so many different brands of guitars, and I got to tell you, I've played some of them. You remember when Sears used to sell guitars in the wish book?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you remember my age and you now, Scott, that I shouldn't do it. But
I'm only 22. What are you talking about?
I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
yeah, I was gonna say I can always switch mine around, but they're the fucking same, 55. There's no changing that.
yeah.
But it was pretty cool that I found out that you have this obsession with guitars because there's a guy in Toronto I'm going to send you to that. I'm going to tell you after the show where to go. Man, this guy's got some nice instruments, buddy, and they're
Oh,
not all that expensive. And if something that you want, this guy can find it. I'm
oh,
telling
wicked.
you, man. This guy works for that show Pawn Stars down in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when guitars come through there, that's where they're getting them.
No,
Right
nice.
at it. Yeah, a lot of them are right out of Toronto.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Guitar Museum in Toronto. Have you ever been there?
No, I didn't even know
Yeah.
there was such a thing.
Oh fuck yeah, man! Go down and check it out. There's one in Nashville. There's one in Toronto. Where the hell's the other one? There's one
Well,
in there's
my
one in
guitar
Europe
player
somewhere.
Mitch actually works at the Guitar Museum in Nashville.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been there. That's pretty cool. What does he do there?
just takes care of the guitars, keeps
Oh
them in
really?
tune,
He tunes
plays
the
them, and
guitars.
cleans them, and yeah.
You got
I'm
to
like,
keep
how
them
how the
tuned,
hell are
Oh,
you
even
able
though
to
it's
do
a
that,
display.
Mitch?
is
It's
he
got to
is
be
he a
tuned.
cord? What a job, eh? Like what a friggin' job. What do you do for a living? Clean guitars? It's just, but they got some pretty expensive guitars there, buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a big article about that museum actually that they're actually now lending the instruments out. Some of the rare ones they have down there,
Oh wow,
and the Grand Ole Opry is actually bringing them back to life.
awesome.
Letting,
Yeah, I mean they
yeah, I
deserve to be
think it is.
played. They can't just sit in a case and not get played.
Yeah, that is it. They're all behind glass and everything in there, but what a waste of a great instrument, I can tell you that. So let's get back to Scott's music. What do you got planned next?
We think our next release is going to be the one Aaron and I wrote last week.
Got a
We had
title
another
for it
one.
or what?
Yeah, it is called Just Fine.
I was just gonna buy. The way you looked up in the air, I'm thinking, "Oh fuck, I got him." No, I'm trying, but you're too quick. I'm telling you, in that paperwork I threw out there, I had one hell of a show planned for you, buddy. I'm telling you. And it's just one of them days.
I mean, you can make it look desperate and go back and grab it and start trying to sort through those
No, you know
notes
what?
again.
You know me better than that. Once it's hit the floor, it's gone. It's
Well, it didn't hit the floor. It's on the bed.
I think it's on the top bunk.
You actually got it on the top bunk. You did pretty good.
Holy shit! Well, you see, I didn't friggin' know. I don't looking behind me there, but
Yeah.
it's terrible. Anyway, you YouTube folks, we usually live on the air at accessradio.ca, and of course we're not because yesterday during my birthday party, I got a virus throughout my computer and it's wiped everything out. Like my main screen sauerkraut. I've got one thing on there now. It says recycle bin. The rest is gone. Just disappeared.
Yep.
And craziness. So we are not live on the air. We are going to have Scott back so we can get him on the air live. We're not going to rerun this on the air. too much swearing in here.
Well, we'll see. But
That's your fault, not me and sauerkraut. We're good
yeah,
boys.
I mean, we kept it PG-13.
Hey, how is?
You're
Wait a
the old
minute.
man here. You should be the one saying, "Hey,
No.
what's with all the f-bombs here?" But no,
Hey, what's going on here? Like,
you went
wait a
off
minute.
the rails.
Do you work for me or him? Like, you're supposed to be on my side here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We're getting to the point now.
I think he's got a point there. I mean, we kept it pretty clean.
You know,
His mom was watching, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I'd be a good boy.
Speaking of which, is your mom tuned in right now? Because if she is, she should subscribe to the channel, and then it will pop up like it did last week when you subscribed to the channel.
I don't know if she knows how to do that, Mom. If you're watching,
if it says red, if it says subscribe in red, hit it and make it gray. That's it.
Hear that, Mom?
Yeah. You know what the thing is here?
Do it.
You know, moms are a lot smarter than you guys are.
I may have to walk her through it afterwards, sauerkraut.
All right. But if there's anybody else listening out there that hasn't subscribed yet, hit that red button, and you'll see something will pop up. It will show us right in the middle of our screen that we have a new subscriber, and it will say your name and everything. So, I mean, if you haven't done it yet, do it. This is a good time to do it now.
Good way to chase them away, sauerkraut. Hey, we're going to advertise it. We're going to advertise in 5 countries and 36,000 people your name and address.
Who's mine? No. It doesn't say your name and address. It just says your name, your handle.
Get out of here. Get out of my. Get out of my screen. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Scott. Right by your side. What a great song. Picking up traction all over the world. A friend of mine in Ireland is actually playing it, on Carlo FM. Yeah, you're like how aware are you where your music's being played? Like as an independent artist, do you get charts or records and stuff about where your stuff is being played?
No, it's pretty hard. I mean, aside from when I send it to people and if they respond back saying, yeah, we'll play it. I mean, that's really the only verification I get that anybody's actually spinning it. It's hard, especially with it being worldwide, like with Ireland, and I know we're played down in Australia. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, Radio UK is playing you too, which is covering Australia, England, all them water ponds over there you're being played in. Carlo FM plays you quite a bit. Like,
really?
Gerald Bryan loves you, man. He thinks you're the next Garth Brooks. Like,
I'll take that.
Yeah, and I was going to say that, as part of your persona, let's put it that way. I picture you as the outlaw type fucker that's going to cause the roop and rails on the. Let's see, you're the Kenny Chesney of Tim and Kenny outskirts and the New York incidents. You know what I mean? You're the
when they stole the horse or punched the horse.
They stole the cop's horse. They did. Yeah, and I can see you doing that. And
sounds like something that I would do.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is something you would do. The only problem is, I figure, I gotta, I'm trying to find out where I'm going to put Scott in our family here at Access. Should I put him with the likes of Aaron, or should I keep him to ourselves and put him with the likes of Rick Snyder and Chris Andres, the outlaw country guys? And that's where I think that your music is going to flourish.
He's right in the middle.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But which end? He's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, he's closer to the outlaw. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got that wild side.
I do have a wild side, but I've never been arrested.
So
don't
he's
worry.
Never been caught. So perfect. So he knows how not to get caught.
Well, he said he didn't. He never said he didn't do it. He just said he never got arrested.
Yeah.
And if there's any cops or anybody watching right now, that was just a joke.
Yes, it was.
He never ever broke any laws.
And he pays his taxes.
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah. We don't want no trouble, but I'll tell you what, you keep hanging around with us and you will get arrested. I tell you, it will happen. Yeah,
Super.
we've been asked to leave some pretty high up places.
You're gonna start running your plates and saying, "Oh, you spoke to those guys."
Guys, yeah.
Pull them over, light them up.
But let's talk about your local influence there. Who do you got backing you in London for radio play and stuff like that? You got a couple of new radio stations. I see your song was on there. on the brand new radio station just out of Southern Ontario. I'm not going to promote them. You can, because they're playing your stuff. How does that feel that your music's actually getting on there to mainstream radio?
That was fantastic. Yeah, it was 100.1 The Ranch, Perth
That
County,
is.
hottest country. I mean, that was a nice surprise. A couple of weeks ago, they had a list of songs they'd added to their station that week that they posted on Facebook, and it was me and Gord Bamford, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, I will take that. That's the kind of thing that makes your day, right? Seeing that someone's digging it and that now it's getting out there to so many more people. I was very thankful, and it made it the world to me.
Yeah, I had a buddy out here that runs a radio station. He's got a local FM radio station, and he listens to my show because he's trying to keep up to what we're doing here because he says you never can keep up with you. He heard your song, and he says, "Who is that kid?" I said, "Number one, he's not a kid. He's been around the music industry for a while, and I've kind of got your history a little bit. And now I found one paper with your shit on it. Tell the world here because we're heard in 6 countries now, and probably 6 more that rob us. You know what I mean?
Well, we're heard worldwide on YouTube as well, right? So
yeah, that's it. But anyway, what I'm saying is all this is let's talk about the fact that the social media outlets and all that stuff, is it bringing your music, do you find it you're getting more noticed is what I'm trying to get at, I guess, with the new airplay on modern radio and stuff like that. And, my friends are asking me, like, who is Scott? Like, where is he from? Like, where did this guy come from? And they do the same thing with Aaron Allen, too. It's because you guys came out of nowhere. Ontario-based band, and all of a sudden you're getting played worldwide. How is that affecting your career?
It's definitely boosting. I mean, it gives you a chance to be exposed to so many different people. I mean, normally I wouldn't, without social media and things like that, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be on your show and be heard by people out in British Columbia or heard by people in Ireland. Just hearing that other people are listening all over the world motivates you too. I mean, when I heard that the Ranch had picked up our song, that motivates you to, now I need to write an even better one.
How hard is it for you? Like, do you really twindle on that? I got to write a better one. I got to write a better one. Or is it just, what comes out, and if it's cool, it's cool. If it's good, it's good. Explain your whole thought process.
It depends. I mean, sometimes I'll write a song and I'll turn the page and that's the last time I ever play it, because sometimes it's just a song for me, or sometimes it's a song where, well, I like it, but I don't think it's what, commercial country wants to hear or whatnot. So I'll move on. Other times, we'll nitpick every single lyric and try and find the right one.
So you work pretty closely with the band in all this.
Yeah. Everything we do. I didn't want to call it the Scott Howarth Band. I didn't want to be that guy that names the band after himself. But we're about to release our first song last September, Turn the Radio Up, and we didn't have a name for the band, so we decided to go with that. But yeah, it's definitely a group effort with the rest of the boys.
And how long you been playing with these guys?
On and off through different projects for the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah, so they're still rally. You guys are still relatively new working together.
Yeah, a little over a year and a half ago, we decided we'd worked on various projects together, and we all had the same kind of interest and wanted to get into releasing our own original music. That's what I wanted my focus to be, and they were all on board with the same thing. So we said, well, we've got this Turn the Radio Up song. Let's jump out of the gate with that, and we got a positive.
That did pretty good. It did pretty good in the indie charts. Yeah, you guys boosted quite a bit on that song. Do you find yourself that, this whole social media thing, or being in the insurance industry, you must be pretty comfortable with it?
Yeah. I mean, I use it quite a bit, and I'm still learning how to do stuff. I mean, there's different tips and tricks, things like if you're going to post on Instagram, apparently 12 noon is the best time to post on Instagram for some reason.
Yeah, because it's everybody's lunchtime and everybody's, reading and looking and doing their thing. It's the same thing, as radio and anything else. Certain time slots, play better because, life goes on. Not everybody gets to sit and listen to the radio every day. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit there and listen to the radio all day, even though you're home, because a phone call comes in and, you know what I mean? And then you're doing Scott, the insurance agent. You know, for some reason, I'm sitting here trying to picture you in a 3-piece fucking suit, and I can't do it.
I clean up well, don't worry.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I'm sitting here. How can this dude got such a great rock country sound, and how the hell can he sit here in a 3-piece suit? Like, what a difference in corporate world, man. Like from country music to
I was
corporate.
talking to a guy last week, and we were out for dinner at a friend's house, and this guy says, "What is it you do again?" You know, I said, "Oh, I'm working life insurance." He said, "Really?" He said, "With the jeans and the boots, I wouldn't expect you to say life insurance."
No, neither did I. When I looked into your background, and you're on Google at the life insurance place, by the way.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's how I found you, that you were an insurance agent. And I thought to myself, as soon as I read that, I said, it's got to be a different dude, man. It's got to be. So I kept reading it. And then your picture was there. And I'm thinking, no, it's the same fucking dude. And you do clean up pretty good, dude. Just, man, it's like Aaron, like when he says he owns a tattoo shop, well, that doesn't surprise you.
No.
But,
yeah. I'm
just sure. All right, go. I don't even have my computer. I'll just tell you how many people is listening. Well, so let's just use my average. You got 60,000 people just going, huh? Just huh? He's a what? It's just incredible. Yeah, Scott, I post your stuff all over my internet pages, and the response I get to that is pretty good. People like your music. So, is there any plans to do this full time, or is the insurance gig got to be there right now?
It's got to be there right now. It's got to pay the bills, especially with no shows. I mean, usually we're even using that show money to help us pay for studio time, let alone put food on the table. So for now, the insurance gig's got to stick. But every time we work on a song and release a new song, there's always the hope that maybe this is the one that we can all quit our day jobs and do this, pursue it full time as a career.
And it's surprising how quick that happens. Like boom. Like
yeah.
I don't know. 2 years ago, were you doing the radio circuit?
No.
And
I was listening to it. That's about it.
And that's what I mean. It's how quick it happens. Someone gets your song, and quite frankly, I was preparing for some interviews, and I seen your name on Aaron's page. It must have been 3, 4, 5 months ago, whatever it was. Anyway, and then I started. Okay, who's Scott? Got to punch his shit in now and see what kind of artist he is. And I was pleasantly surprised. There's the office calling.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised to what I was hearing. And I thought to myself, when did Ontario, you got Aaron Allen, you got Scott, you got Brian, you got his band, Kansas Stone. Like this Southern Ontario seems to be just going crazy in country music. And when did that just take effect, Scott? Like, how did Southern Ontario, just become the hub of country music?
I don't know. It just seemed to happen overnight. I think it wasn't always that big. Growing up as a kid, I didn't have a lot of friends that enjoyed country music, and took a lot of ribbing as a child for liking country music.
So country music goes back to your childhood.
Yeah. My mom and my grandpa taught me to play guitar when I was really young, and as I said earlier, we listened to or played along to the Hank Williams and the Johnny Cash and Don Williams, that kind of stuff, and that's always stuck with me. And there's still some of my favorite songs to this day.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when I was in college, country music started getting big, and in the Welland area. So I'm sorry for saying Welland live on TV, and I apologize to everybody out there. But anyways, and
what's wrong with Welland?
Yeah, no. A lot of my friends from college actually were from the London area, Petrolia area, stuff like that, and they were coming, and that's what they were listening to. And then all of a sudden, the Boots and Hearts Festival started coming to Southern Ontario, and once that hit, I think all of a sudden everybody got back into the country, and it was around the time that they stopped doing the whiny bitch kind of country, if you know what I mean, where like I lost my truck, my car, my dog, and my wife cheated on me or whatever, right?
You couldn't tell that you're from the goddamn Rock Channel, man. Like, yeah. You just put it all into one thing, one big.
What, by saying the whiny bitch area?
Well, Scott, I think we both laughed.
That's when it got better. that's when it got more popular down here. I found so.
I think the big thing that helped us out here was a few years ago we had the CCMAs at the
Yeah,
Bud Gardens.
that too.
You fit in 12,000 people to come see the biggest names in Canadian country. And that opens a lot of people's eyes to what country music is and what we have to offer in Canada in terms of country artists.
Yeah, like I talked to a friend of mine in Ontario who's involved with Warner and Sony kind of deal on a consulting type basis, and we've talked about this and where Southern Ontario all of a sudden just went poof, and why London, and why London is kind of because it's the center hub of the split there. Okay,
Right,
the 401 402 kind of split deal, and it's kind of if you look at a map, he says if you look in the map. If you look at London, Ontario, and just look at the surrounding areas within 200 miles, and people will travel 200 miles for a show. And that's their kind of a guideline thing that the industry uses. How many people can they get in within a 200-mile radius? Because people don't mind driving 200 miles or 3 hours to go see a great band. It's just the way it is. And if you look at London, Ontario, and you go 200 miles everywhere, that's a pretty big grasp in Ontario,
Yeah.
Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania is all in that thing. So they can draw, like he says, they can draw about 50 million people in that 200-mile radius. And that's a lot of friggin' people, and it's all genres and all people. But if you think, someone comes to the award show because they want to see Scott, or someone might be going to see Luke Bryan or Dean Brody, or like they can, but it's that central location. And Toronto, like you said, is such a friggin' hassle to do anything in Toronto with bylaws and permits and everything they got to do. Like he says, just to have the limos come up and drop them off at the stadium, that's a friggin' permit. Yeah. There's so many fine details in Toronto. It's pushing the industry away. It's like LA.
We'll take it's it like all LA. Here.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like LA. People don't make movies in LA anymore. Why? Because there's too much friggin' red tape to do it. But if they come to, Hollywood, Vancouver up here, they've made it so the industry can actually work and easily get by the red tape, where the industry has been so, let's put it, the country music's been where? Nashville. But now it's spreading out. Texas is a big thing. Alberta used to be the center of country music here. Now London, Ontario is. It's like, wait, I'm from Cowboys and Boots, and you're from Short Skirts and Let's Get Her Done. And how did that happen? And now Vancouver is the scene for all the rock dudes. And it's crazy the way this industry is changing thanks to the pandemic. Where do you see the music industry going? What has got to happen to, let's not let the music die, sort of say?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder that often, when we're going to get back to, will there ever be a time where we fill 12,000 people downtown at the Bud Gardens for a concert?
I doubt
it. Yeah. Will there be a time where we're able to do that again? And that is a very good, perfectly cromulent question, as I say.
Cromulent. Yeah, but
I knew I'd get you to do that.
Jesus Christ. Why do you do this to me? Really? And I'm going to phone you again at 2:00 in the morning, my time, which is 4 your time. You know what? And that's what Teresa says. Well, he's going to be up in a half an hour. That's not waking him up. Yeah, you start early. But this whole center hub of London, it's pretty cool. And for you being in the music business and being right there, it's got to open up some opportunities for you.
It has. Yeah, opportunities to play and opportunities to see incredible acts that come through as well.
Have you met any of these mainstream guys?
I have not. No, I haven't had the pleasure to.
Are you kidding me? Dean Brody, actually, he's from my area in British Columbia, just down the road. Used to be neighbors, actually. And he's in Burlington right now. Do you know how many actual country stars live in that Toronto area?
No, is it quite popular up there?
Yeah. All the guys that you think live in Alberta, because they're country dudes, they all live right down there in the hub. Because that's where the studios are, and that's where Warner is, and Sony is, and all the bullshit right now. So, and I guess where I'm going with this is, what do you think the difference is between the indie artists like yourself and the mainstream artists? Like, would you want to be in that corporate bubble, or are you quite happy being an independent artist?
Um, I don't think I'd mind being in the corporate bubble. I would be okay with that.
You think you'd be okay being controlled? I just can't see it, Scott.
He's got to handle it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on the kind of control they want. I still want to be able to do what I want to do. I just want that corporate support, I guess, is what would be the alluring part
Corporate
of that.
money would be nice, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the music, and that's the problem is that is not the way the music industry works anymore. And I'm telling, and there's a lot of mainstream acts out there, and I know quite a few of them, like Travis Tritt and a lot of these guys out there, and corporate bubble are dumping acts like crazy in this last 5 months. It's incredible, and a lot of these mainstream artists are now struggling and doing just what you're doing. Hitting social media like big time because their sales are down, their record sales are down, and they do not have the support of the record labels. Where you guys as indie artists obviously been doing it by yourselves for so long, it's like second nature to you guys. So like the big difference is, like, if I was corporate, world, and you'd bring me that song, and I say, nah, it's not your style, man. It's not outlaw. Like, can you handle that?
I don't know. You want to have control and do the music you want to do, but at the same time, if they're the professionals and they're the ones that have had the success and they know what the right formula is, I mean, it's hard to argue with that at the same time, right?
Yeah, but I can't see you singing songs like "Shake It Off."
No.
No,
that might not be in my wheelhouse.
No. That's what I'm talking about, because that's the way that they're trying to move country more towards that, the big labels and stuff like that, right? Because she's made such a killing at it, so now they're going to try to force other people, and it's not their style, and it doesn't work with everybody, right? So that's the kind of thing, right? So the artist needs to keep some sort of control on their stuff. We were dealing with one artist before, and I'm not going to mention his name because, there's a little bit of a feud between us because of one thing that he did. But he started doing an interview for us while he was doing signing for his label, and all of a sudden, just his label is like, oh no, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not doing this. This is what we're going to change all this to. Take this off your page, and like he had a link to our interview on his page. They made him take it off. It's like, why would they do that? But probably because Don told them to go forth and multiply, or go pound sand one time. You should probably never do that to Sony, just to let you know. But
you know what? Screw Sony. You know what? That's the problem I have with corporate bubble, is they take someone. When I was in that, when I do that and I go around looking for bands, I don't go in and say, hey man, this is a great fucking band. And there I did it again, but it doesn't matter. I'm going on. These are a great band, and I'm not going to take Scott's band, bring him into my office and say, I like what you do, guys. Here's $100,000. And my camera fell.
That's a nice picture of your light.
Yeah. $100,000. Here's $100,000. Now we're going to change everything about your fucking show. We're going to change everything about you. It just doesn't fucking work for me. And why would I want to bring Scott, into my office because I like his friggin' music, and then change everything about him? It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't. Because now you're not Scott anymore. You're Sony.
Yeah, I'm Sony's version of Scott, I guess, right? But
yeah, and don't get into this, Scott, because you're trying to build a career, not wreck it. So, I don't want you to get in trouble if Sony comes up and says,
Sony, hey, if you're watching, I will sign with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, they do watch, and actually, and I'm quite proud of it that the corporate bubble actually watches our show. So, there you go.
Something right, sir.
Well, that's it. And corporate radio and corporate bubble recording hate me because I call them out.
We were actually close to signing a deal with them too for for artists and stuff, but we didn't. I didn't pull the trigger on it, so
No,
I
thank
think
you.
that's part of why they don't like us as much anymore. But we were close to getting exclusive rights to new artists and stuff like that, and then at the last minute, I was like, no, I don't. There was stuff in there that I didn't like, so I was like, okay, we're done with this.
Yeah,
And it
because
was
they were
about
going
the
to
same
control you.
time that other guy started getting. They started telling him what to do and take away, the interviews off of his social media and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So,
Well, corporate bubble has a big reach, we know it. And the problem I have with corporate bubble is if they get an artist, a great artist, like Scott or Aaron or all of them that are part of this family, and they can end their career pretty damn quick. And what bothers me, and I've talked to a lot of managers in the industry about this, Scott, is that a lot of guys get called up, like a lot of independent artists, by these corporate bubbles just to stop what they're doing. And and that's what bugs me about the corporate world is that, hey, wait a minute, this Scott guy's picking up too much traction. He's getting too much exposure. He's hurting Dean Brody. He's hurting, all the rest of them. He's his record sales. So we got to sign him to $100,000 development deal. We're going to give him $100,000, and then them zeros seem to light up everybody's life. And then all of a sudden you're signed into an exclusive contract, and you phone them up and say, hey, what are we doing? Oh, nothing this week until Scott dies. And that's exactly the way they do it. And and that's where you got to watch and what you're signing. And I've talked to a guy that plays with George Jones, or used to play with George Jones, and he says to me, and that's the problem, is that we're so excited to get the exposure, and somebody's coming to say, hey, we want to sign you and look after you, when basically they want to say, here's your 25%, we're taking 75%. Now, this is the deal you're signing, take it or leave it. And as an independent artist, you just sign because you want that corporate deal. And sometimes you got to look in between the lines, is all I'm saying.
If they offer me a contract, I'll let you review it first for me, Don.
No, but I got a team here that I'm not the guy to read your contract. I'm not a lawyer, but I got a great bunch of team that could. I can guarantee you that, Scott. You say you have a manager, you're one of your band members. Let's talk about him.
Chris Lee, he does it all. He's a phenomenal guitar player, great writer, manager. He's also a fire chief when he's not doing this.
Yeah.
I need to speak to Chris.
Yeah, he needs to speak to Chris.
I said I need to speak to Chris. If you've noticed in the bottom corner here, it says our sponsor, Ontario Fire Prevention Services.
Yeah.
I need to speak to Chris, and relatively soon.
Yeah. Well, before
so you'll have to set that up.
Yeah, I'll tell him to. I'll make a note here and tell him to get in touch with you.
Yeah.
See there. Now here's the friggin' thing. You see the corporate bubble step in right here? Yes, did you see it step in? It just took over the show. Ontario Fires. I got to talk to him. Yeah, let me write that note down.
Yeah.
We're trying to get it out. Is talk about this guy's song, and now we're talking about insurance.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyways, Chris is a fire chief on his off time.
Yeah, he's fire chief up in here in Kinloss. As I said, guitar player, songwriter, really good in the studio. He works with our producer all the time. He's just an all-around really talented and really motivated guy. He's someone that's great to have as part of our team.
When you guys talk, though, it's you take yourself a breath there, buddy. Holy, because I got to ask you the questions before I forget them. Having him as part of your team, doing that extra manager stuff so Scott doesn't have to do it. Does that give you more time to be working on the music? And, what is he doing for you as a manager?
So back before COVID started, he was booking all the shows for us. So usually as an independent artist, that would be on me to contact, all these festivals and fairs to try and line gigs up, and hundreds of emails. That's something that he was able to take off the plate for me and allow me to focus more on music, focus more on, exposing myself on social media. I should say getting exposure, not exposure.
Yeah. You got to be careful with our words in 2020. He's never exposed himself live on air. That's not this kind of show.
No, the Dewey stayed in the jeans, folks. He didn't do that. Jeez, I was going to nail you good for that, and you caught yourself.
Caught myself.
Oh, you did catch yourself. And you know what? As soon as you said it, you could see your face. No, that's not the way I wanted to put
Yeah,
that.
I mean, at least he didn't say that he was talking moistly on people, right? That's
No kidding. Could you? Don't worry, we had a guy say that.
Oh man.
You know, it's great deal. Our show has picked up so much, and we get a lot of great acts like you in here coming to talk to us. And I'm telling you, the managers, like you guys, to have a manager pick up that, a lot of them artists don't have that. And he's also a part of the band, so he's kind of got something invested in. Like, do you find that that's a good thing that he's invested in the band because he plays with the band?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when he's trying to line up shows, you know, if it was just a normal manager and he's just going to take his percentage, then
That's
you know,
it.
I'm sure a normal manager would work hard still. But with Chris, he's getting a cut for playing the show, right? He's getting the same money that I and myself and everybody else in the band is. So, I mean, maybe that motivates him a little more, and just he's just a passionate guy about music. He goes the extra mile, does everything that could ever be asked of him and more. I'm very lucky to have him on board.
Yeah, and then let's talk about your drummer there a little bit.
My buddy Rich Mikolajchuk.
Yeah, I'm trying to give everybody a shout out here.
What did you say his name is?
Rich Mikolajchuk.
Mikolajchuk.
Mikolajchuk. See, I can say that.
That's an
I
easy
can pronounce it. I can't
English
spell
name.
it.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't.
In there somewhere.
There's a Z there somewhere for sure.
So
no
the other
Z,
thing
there's a J though. Maybe the J sounds like a Z.
Okay,
yeah, it could be. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of thinking that your whole band member is full of people that we can't pronounce their names for on purpose. No, but let's talk about Rick. You know, Rick a little bit. What does Rick do for a living?
Works at Part Source.
Yeah, works at Part Source, and I'm just saying that because you know everybody comes from a different walk of life. Your insurance. He's Part Source. Your manager, guitar player, fire chief. Big diversity in lives beyond music, but you come together for music.
Yeah.
Is there 4 people in your band, or just 2 or 3 rather?
Yeah, we also have Mike Oliveria.
Yeah, he wasn't in the video, correct?
No, correct. He couldn't make it that night.
Right.
No,
that's okay.
He's out of town, and then we also have Mitch Bennett, who he's going to school in Nashville. I believe it's called Brown College, or it's where Brad Paisley went to school to learn to play guitar even better.
Yeah.
So Mitch is the only one that in his off time when he's not in the band is doing music stuff for full time.
Wow. Nice. So, you know, and that brings a great diversity to your band. Now, when you guys are sitting down writing stuff, do you find that helps with you know, you got different parts of the corporate world in your band, you know, your everyday life. So, you know, like Part Source guy, he's going to have a different day than, of course, Scott's going to have, than Fire Chief's going to have. So when you bring that all together, what a unique kind of, you know, writing.
Yeah, it gives different perspectives and different lives, and that's what makes it work for us. Is we all have a little bit of something different, and we bring it together, then it makes us what we are.
Well, that's good, you know, because your music is good. Now, let's talk about your music. Where are the people going to find your music?
Anywhere you stream music, you can find it. Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon Music. If you're into TikTok videos, all of our songs are on TikTok. Go make a video and TikTok it up.
Make it viral.
Yeah, please.
Make it viral. That happened the other day to, not the other day, like last week to Fleetwood Mac. Finally,
really?
A song that they had from the 70s, Dreams, 77, it was released, hit the #1 on the Billboard 100s because of TikTok.
No,
you know, yeah. If you've seen the Ocean Spray guy, he drinks swigs Ocean Spray. He's wearing his hoodie and he's riding a longboard type thing, just not giving a damn. And he does this all to Dreams. And then Jagmeet Singh did it, and then after that, everybody started doing it, and that made it go viral. All of a sudden, people thought this was a brand new song, but it's from the 70s. So you could tell that these kids were raised with, like, you didn't have to clean the house on Sunday morning and have like a 200 disc CD changer, right? Because that's how I cleaned my house. And I knew Fleetwood Mac was in our CD changer. So anyways, sorry. Go ahead, Don. Looks like you want to say something.
No, I don't give a shit. You're doing good. But Stevie Nicks then released one too, right?
Yeah, she just released
Right.
a new song too, but on the heels of that. So she's got I can't remember the name of it offhand, but we played it on the Rock channel. It's kind of a slower rock song, but it is definitely labeled rock. So it's
Yeah,
about God.
definitely.
But
Yeah, I think I was going to say it should put on the pop station maybe, but
it's
uh,
kind of a cross.
ah,
It's in between the two, right? So,
yeah,
but
it should go in that top
Fleetwood
line.
Mac's kind of always done that fine line, anyways, right? Kind of
Yeah. So let's talk
crossing
about Scott's website here. You got a
genres.
website that people can get to?
We do the ScottHowarthBand.com.
Okay, you're gonna have to spell that now, the Howarth part, because everybody gets it wrong. And we talked about that before the
Yeah,
show.
why didn't you make it Rick's band? Rick, whatever his name was, Maiciak?
Rich Mikolajchuk.
Oh, that
Mikolajchuk. Why didn't you call it the Rich Mikolajchuk
I
band?
don't even know if he knows how to spell his last name.
All right, so you did it for ease of spelling. Is that why you chose Scott Howarth?
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
and the fact that he's the front guy, and he's probably put the band together, writes all the songs.
All right.
You are basically the face of the band, though. You are the face of the Scott Howarth band. Like how important it is for you to keep connecting with your fans on social media. Like I do notice, like on your backyard barbecue kind of deal, your backyard concert series that you had this summer, that you try and communicate. It's pretty hard when you're doing a show to, do you have someone in the background helping you out there or what?
A couple times I'd have people read the comments to me, but then I would bring my tablet as well as my phone, so I'd have the phone recording and then watching the comments to make sure I didn't miss anything. It was fun that way to be able to interact with people. I mean, even at a normal show when you're playing, you can't comment to me on something and I can't reply and be like, oh yeah, Don, that was a good time. I remember we did that.
Yeah,
But with the
that's the thing.
online Facebook Live shows, people are able to make those comments. You're able to interact, and it was a great way to connect with fans.
Yeah, like what do you think about people playing your stuff?
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Like, I mean, other bands like covering your stuff because I know there's a band that does cover your stuff. That he was did a cover on YouTube actually, kid, right by your side. He did a cover of that. You should look it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
and
had no idea.
yeah, he's from Grand Bend or something. Just a kid. Yeah, he's from the Grand Bend area.
Not
And
far from you.
No, it's
yeah,
only about an hour.
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I lived in Exeter for I don't know 5 years.
Center of the universe.
Center of the universe. When you want to get away from the partying, go to Exeter.
Yeah.
Play with the
I was
turn.
going to mention. You mentioned about London being like the new hub of country music, and if you look around the area, it kind of makes sense. You have Exeter, you have Essex County, Middlesex County, and then you have like Almer, right? So it kind of makes sense. All those Springfield, all those country towns all around there.
Yeah, but big
Petrolia.
farming communities out there.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes sense that country music is making it big out there. It's like where we are in Niagara. We have Niagara on the Lake. I'm sure country music's big in Niagara on the Lake, but it's
No, it's not.
yeah, but the city hustle and bustle of Niagara Falls is
Niagara on the Lake.
come on.
Yeah, come on, the friggin' home of the yuppies.
Are you talking about the old people aren't listening to you, Don? Is that what you're trying to
No,
say?
I'm talking about you because you live in Niagara on the Lake.
Not anymore. I live in Niagara Falls now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right on the fucking line. Just because you needed a bigger house. Like, give me a break. You yuppie. Anyway, can we get back to Scott?
Sure. Yeah.
He's never coming back here. You know that, right?
Oh, he's coming back because we're gonna
I'll
do
come
it
back
next time.
next
Next time we do it, I think we're gonna do a segment called "Shots for Scott" or "Shot for Shots," whatever. But we'll just
that's the
have
cabin,
the
buddy.
shots lined up, and we'll go shot for shot every time that one of us or Don says a swear word. We'll sit there and take a shot. We'd be plastered already. Like this
In
is
5 minutes.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of the show.
I'm getting better. Like, I'm getting better. I come from the podcast world where we kind of break challenges there, and words don't really matter. And I got to get used to it. Like, and I got to say that now that we're not on the air, and I really watch myself when I'm on the radio.
Yeah, you just let your guard down today.
Yeah, you know what? I was just everything that was going to go wrong could go wrong today.
Yeah.
Had a great birthday party, and when I came home last night trying to check my emails and all this crap started happening, let's just say I wasn't, well, quite focused yet on what I was doing.
The guy
So I
turns
got
65 and he thinks he could just throw logic out the window.
no, you know what? It's 55, you asshole. And so I got my kid over here. I got Dave over here, and he's looking at this thing. And Dave's pretty computer smart, and he says, "What the fuck did you do?" I said, "I didn't do nothing but turn it on." So he went into my, I don't know, that box thing, that firewall thing that you put on there, and he says, "You got a virus, man." I says, "What?" He says, "You got this tampering virus, and they're wiping out your computer as we speak." I said, "Well, stop it." He says, "I don't know if I can," but he did finally get it stopped. And all I got left is the recycle bin. So it's like it took us hours to get it to stop, man. And once it started running, there's no opening. So have you opened your email I sent you last night, Scott?
No. Maybe I don't want to.
No, don't. Do not open that email. Because what it does is everything it doesn't matter, anything I used on my computer through text messaging or email, this virus will go to them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I spent the night phoning people saying, don't open, like Mark Rosner from the Rosner Group, Rise Up TV, the executive producer. Don't open them emails. He said, too fucking late. And he says, which ones are you talking about? I said, I'm talking about the cabin, the show, the one that you wanted to put on Rise Up TV. Oh, he says, I haven't got to them yet. I said, delete them. Don't open them. Okay. So can you imagine? I just about wiped out Rise Up TV. Holy Jesus. And that's how he communicates. He is 100% like texting, emailing all the time. And he's got this tour going on in Canada, the United States right now. Doing this filming and stuff and breaking waves that people just said couldn't happen. And he doesn't care. He's doing pop-up things in parking lots, and man, he's got great sponsorship too for this. And he's not going to let this music die. And he is fighting every step of the way. I'm telling you, like their tour bus, they had it all arranged to come over the border, couldn't do that. All of a sudden they got to the border. No, that's not essential.
Shout out to Rise Up TV, by the way, not a sponsor.
Yeah, yet. But they have a lot of great acts, and what they're doing is totally off the wall as far as I'm concerned. But kudos to them for doing it. Like getting tours out there, bringing the music, and it's all independent artists. He has no interest anymore. He comes from the corporate world, and he says, I have no interest in working with egos. I want people that want to actually succeed now. I want success in them. I've got it. Now it's time to do what I love. Nice. And that's where Rise Up TV came from, man. He believes that the music industry is about to change back to the early 80s when MTV and all that came because of where we're at. And he's the first one to say, you know what, fuck this. I'm getting my artist on TV. So
yeah, has MTV started playing music videos again? Is that where they're back at? Like, has it gotten that bad?
Well, no, not quite yet, but they're getting there. They are getting there, dude. And like it's exposure here. And if you don't get out there, and he's got, he's got a, 70 or 80 or 100 friggin' artists that he looks after. Plus he's got a network television station all about music. So yeah, he's trying to get it out there any way he can. And he's busting balls and he's doing things that people say he's not going to be able to do.
Not allowed to do it. And we're going to we'll set you up with him after, Scott. How's that sound?
Perfect.
That's better
than Scott, this guy.
That's
this
better than
guy. And I'm telling you, this guy's got a whole different plan, man, in the way he treats his artists. I've talked to him personally because I'm not setting anybody to anybody until I know who they are and what they do. And he has got it turned around where the artist makes more the big chunk of the change that comes in, let's say. And he's taken the management business by storm. He's pissed a lot of them off because of what he's doing. So, but he doesn't care. He said, it's not about corporate world. It's not about anything but the artist and the music. And what a great attitude to have.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he's reached out to us, man. And he says, you guys got a great show. What you're doing for independent country is why he's reached out to us. And independent rock, we got 3 stations here. And guys like you is where he wants to surround himself. Guys that want to succeed, guys that go the extra mile, like you're doing. Like most people in your position that had corporate job have dropped out. Has truly dropped out. They don't have the weekend band and come and party at my backyard deal. And a lot of great independent artists have folded up. And he says, I'm not going to let that happen. So that's what he's doing. So
you definitely got to have the time management and the motivation to do it, because it's basically a second full-time job, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
You spend 40 hours a week doing your 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then another 40 hours, whether it be writing or social media or networking. It's just another full-time job that you were going.
So how many hours a day do you figure you're on social media?
Either you mean both scrolling through Facebook trying to kill time, or actually doing social media?
Actually doing what you're doing. Well, you know what? Scrolling through time, I find out you can get a lot of information that way, because you probably have a lot of band people on your page that you're scrolling and following and looking at. So you're actually working,
Yeah, most of my Facebook, to be honest, comes up in the feed is music stuff.
Yeah, and that's like mine. It's the same thing. Like I got the who's who of country music and all the producers and fucking things on there. But it comes to the point is, do you have to spend 40 hours a week doing it, to keep your success going? And quite frankly, you're picking up some traction and you're getting noticed. When mainstream music starts picking you up, Scott, you're making some noise in country music. People are starting to notice, and these fucking music directors, as they call themselves nowadays, and at these mainstream radio stations, they're controlled. They really are by their media companies, right, that own them. And for you to be able to say, I'm getting paid a plate on 101 The Ranch, and I'm going to give them a plug, because what a great feat they have done. Starting an FM station in the middle of a pandemic and not saying, whoa, we got to back down a little bit, and continuing the fight. Lived in Brantford for a long time, and just amazes me that they did that. Really does. In this time and the way they're going, they went full force, man, and they're going full force. Like, holy.
They've done a good job, for sure.
Yeah, they have. And when I looked at that post and I seen your name on there, I thought, holy, that's pretty big for the Southern Ontario to be played. You realize the group of people that just heard your song.
Yeah.
I've talked to people and I says, and I even brought up with Aaron, do you realize how many people, once you get on mainstream radio, actually hear your song? I don't think about it. Well, in the Southern Ontario, how many millions of people just heard Scott's song?
Yeah, really. Yeah,
and they got
incredible exposure.
You
exposure from you guys as well as worldwide, right? You're talking about them with Southwestern Ontario. Thanks to you for playing our stuff and getting us out to Ireland and all those other different countries that tune in. And hello to all those other countries. Good morning, good evening.
Yeah, speaking of those other countries, we just had Gil Ma subscribe. So you see that. You guys didn't see it, but all the other listeners watching live seen a pop-up show up kind of in the corner by over here, right there.
Yeah, I believe that's one of Sharon White's fans.
So Gil Ma, thank you for subscribing, Gil Ma. And everybody else. We also had Sherry Ratcliffe Gibson the other day. She did, we've had quite a few. This is just the last couple that are showing up here. But, at any time that you do subscribe to us, it does show up here as long as we're on a live feed. And even if we're not on a live feed, I still get a notification about it. So we love our new fans, and subscribe down below right now. This is your chance, because we're going to be getting off soon.
You're a long winded son of a bitch today.
I get paid to talk, and that's the thing, right? And so if you have a problem with that,
talk to Uncle too much money.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that going to do when he's your dad?
Hey.
He's not, guys. I'm just rubbing sauerkraut. Just saying, what the hell are you talking about?
I thought the mailman was my dad, or the milkman, but both of them were. Well, I won't go into that.
I'll tell you who your dad was. You run that little Korean store down the road there.
You're making fun of my eyes.
Yes.
All right.
No. Anyway, Scott, let's get back to Scott. These antics have got to stop. These guys ain't going to come here if we keep doing this.
No, Scott's funny. He's a comedian too. I heard.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Well, Aaron Allen told us that you were. I guess he lied.
He used to be a stand-up comedian.
I know.
Aaron was a stand-up comedian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a life change that is? A comedian to country star. Just incredible. So anyway, we work social media. You got your, right by my side. Never been kissed like that. Turn the radio up. That is a good song. I like that song. I have it on my playlist, my personal playlist. I play it all the time. What's next for Scott? Where's Scott heading?
Scott is headed hopefully to the top of the charts with our next one, which is Just Fine, is what it's called. It's a great story about a breakup and how you're doing just fine until a song comes on the radio or someone asks about how she's doing, and then you're not so fine. But really, really excited with this one. I finished it with Aaron Allen last Thursday, and we're going to be in the studio soon to get that going. And I've got a Facebook Live coming up next Saturday, November the 7th. If you guys want to tune in, the event's posted on our band page. I was going to do it this Saturday, but we got this huge Halloween spooktacular event.
Something like that. Yeah, I heard something about that. Yeah.
Something about this worldwide event.
Yeah, and I heard that people can tune in right here Saturday, October 31st, to that Halloween spooktacular in Scott Howarth. I want to say Horworth.
He is a whore, man.
No. Howarth, Scott Howarth. The Scott Howarth band is going to be there, so you'll be able to see 3 of the 5 members. And we also have Aaron Allen is going to be there. Who else we got there? I guess this
Robert Eckridge.
Yeah, this little guy named Robert Eskridge in the Southern Days, and we also have Robert Georg, the breakout country music artist of the year, who won the award. And then so we've interviewed him before. He'll be on our show too. Rachel Messer. If you don't know who she is, well, research her. She's from The Voice. And Jackson Lane, Sharon Marie White, and Carl Ray. I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, it wasn't intentional.
Robert Hiscock.
Robert Hiscock. There you go. They will all be here. Rick Snyder too. Sorry, can't forget Rick. Rick Snyder will be here too.
That's one of the big names.
Yeah. So, will you be watching the live stream that day?
Yeah, I'm super excited to watch that. I'm excited to see everybody else, and
you better be doing a watch party, man.
Concert that way.
Yeah, we should have a big huge party for like everybody, and then we should tune into their parties every once in a while, just see what's going on and how much fun they're having. Yeah, we have the technology to do that.
We could pop into Scott's place and say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Sitting there watching the hockey game?"
Yeah.
Put the hockey on.
Yeah, he's going to be doing the replays though, but whatever.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Scott, I said that because I noticed some of your posts there on Facebook. You got that Toronto Maple Leafs thing in the back, and you also got sometimes you got the game going on in the background there when you're in one of your posts there. I seen you had the hockey game on. It was kind of funny. I kind of laughed at it.
Yeah, sometimes we'll even take the TV outside and we'll get a fire going and plug the big screen in out back and watch some games out there.
Well, that's what we should do. I think we should not only host a spooktacular. I think that we should get together with you and Aaron and have a watch party too. I told Aaron I was really going to bust your nuts, and I lost all my good stories that he told me about to bring up with you. Yeah, no, I did, but when we emailed each other, half of the good stories you told me to throw the fuck out because you didn't want. No, folks, but we're talking with Scott and Scott Howarth of the Scott Howarth Band, and did I get it right?
Howarth.
That's what I said, Howarth.
It sounded like you said Howarth.
No, fuck. That's
what there's the F-bomb again. I just must be getting on your nerves today.
You know what? This whole system.
The older you get, the less nerves you have, and the easier it is for us young guys to crawl under your skin.
Yeah, you know what? Little things start to piss me off. I don't know if it's because I'm 55 or what. No, I'm reading all the texts. Like, where's your show? hey, I'm on here. You're not on the air. Where's Scott? It's like, I don't have time to text you back right now, but I'm going to have to tell all the fans that we had an interruption of internet service here on my end because of a hack yesterday during my birthday party on the show. Someone hacked into my system and has wiped me totally out. The computer guy is here right now, actually, before he goes to his real job. And he has got some ideas to try and fix this. But what he's going to do is he's going to trace where this came from, just like the last one we had there. And he figured out where it came from. And all hell's going to break loose. Let's just put it that way. Because he is going to talk with Mr. Robert Eskridge about the things that he does, if you know what I mean. But anyway, incredible crap. I'm telling you, it's just not good. Not good what's happening. But anyway, that's what's happening, folks. We're not on the radio because of that, but we will be bringing Scott back and putting him alive on the air to do that. Well, we're just recording this right now. You're not intending to put this on the station, are you, Sauerkraut?
In a month or two, maybe. I don't know. It's going to take a lot. There's going to be a lot of blurts.
But anyway,
the
I just
good
want
news
to
is, though, I did buy that
beep
tune, so that we're allowed to use that now. So yeah.
Yeah, I get it. But, I just want to apologize to you, Scott, for all the computer issues we're having here and not being able to get you out on the radio.
That's okay. I appreciate you having me on here and recording the video on YouTube. And I appreciate you playing my songs all the time. And I appreciate you letting me be a part of the e-concert. You've done more than enough, so no need to apologize.
We're going to give him the exposure that he needs.
It's crazy. It's really crazy that the emails I get about your song. And I'm finding now that when I get my song list every morning, I see your name on it every morning. So that's a good thing, Scott. And you also put him into the auto DJ, Mr. Sauerkraut, I noticed.
Of course. But one thing I was going to ask, is there a Mrs. Howarth?
There is not. No.
Did you just hear that? Where are you? He does not want you. He does not want you, dude. He does not.
I'm not asking for myself. Come on, I said a Mrs., not a Mister.
I've never been married. Actually, maybe one day.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have assumed, but I'm just assuming.
Get off it.
That you like that you like women. But anyways,
I do.
Yeah. So we'll put his phone number direct in the link, ladies.
That has got to be. That has got to be the most unpolitical thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, well, hey, what the hell? We threw caution to the wind as soon as you turned 65 years old. We don't have to be politically correct.
You're the one you're the ones that's always correcting me.
Yeah, but you're 65 now, so
you're not allowed to say that anymore.
Politically correctness gets thrown out the window. Anyways, we'll put Scott's Tinder link in the comments down below if you want to swipe or left or right or whatever you guys do on Twitter.
You guys you ain't paying attention to the interview. See, I'm the one that's all screwed up, and I've already you don't even know. Is there a Mrs.? No, he's already said that.
I know that he's
a single father.
Custody of his son.
Well, then why would he have a fucking missus?
Well, there might be a girlfriend aside. Who knows?
We'll get married one day, I'm sure.
I mean, he has Palm Bay in his fridge. There's got to be a reason why there was Palm Bay. He discovered to mix them together. He didn't, but you didn't find that out by yourself. A girl had to tell you that Palm Bay.
Well, of course, he hangs around with Aaron Allen. Amy was there and left it. Come on.
My brother-in-law Mike actually was the one that turned me on to those Palm Bay and beers. So that's Mike's credit.
All right.
Mike's credit. Mike, let's talk about family. Other than that, you got brothers, sisters?
I got a sister named Kelly, and she's got a husband named Mike who introduced me to the Palm Bay and beers. And they got a couple kids, Braden and Kinley.
Uncle Scott.
That sounds dirty.
My mom, who I mentioned, who's a big part of my life and a big supporter of my music and a big supporter of my support system with taking care of Jackson and whatnot. And then my aunt just lives around the corner as well. We've always been a pretty close-knit family.
Yeah, I see that. Do you live right in London?
Yeah, right.
All your life?
Village. All my life. I actually bought the house I grew up in.
Oh, wow.
Really? That's an interesting story. Why would you do that?
I always loved the house. I love the neighborhood. It's right near the high school where I went to high school and where my son goes now. So for years and years, I bugged Mom. I'm like, sell me the house, sell me the house, sell me the house. And she said, no, just bury me in the backyard when I die. I'm not selling.
Yeah.
So I finally gave up, and then, maybe 6 months later, she's like, "Hey, do you still want to buy the house?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I ended up buying her house, sold her my condo. I was just getting too
Oh,
much for her. It was all
you guys just switched.
essentially, yeah.
Yeah, cool dude. Because
And
I'm
then
telling you, Mama would kick your ass right now if she's seen that tape on the wall behind you.
that's good tape. It's the painter's tape. It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it
it's
won't
green
stick.
tape. Yeah, we're good
Yeah,
to
it
go.
won't stick. But anyway, we want to talk about
then
getting
my
Scott.
dad and my stepmom as well live in Port Stanley, which is not too far from London. So it's a nice short drive to go see mom and dad there and hit the beach up.
Yeah,
And then through my stepmom, I've got a stepsister Nicole and a stepbrother John as well, and they have their own families too. So
some of the craziest people I've met live in Port Stanley.
I got to tell you, that's true. That is true. That is true. Fun town though. Fun place.
Yeah.
They sure, they bring that whole let's go to the beach atmosphere, and they do have a good time there. And I don't think it's the older residents are having a good time though, but it sure does.
I beg to differ.
Yeah. My dad and Kathy are pretty wild. I did actually one of my Facebook live shows I did from their friend's place, which my dad and Kathy just bought. And we had a party with Dad and Kathy and all their friends, and they were pretty wild. I was pretty tired the next day. Let's say that.
I bet I was when I was a lot younger and living in Exeter, Grand Bend was my hangout, man. We had some good times in Grand Bend.
Oh, yeah, we used to do May 2-4 weekends down there and rent a cottage with the boys.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was right behind the pub in that little red cottage there on 2nd Avenue there, right off the main drag. And I'm telling you, I have never had so much fun living in a town for a summer than then. I lived in Exeter, rented the cottage in Grand Bend for the summer off a friend of mine, and man, that was the best summer of my life. I'm telling you, we backyard fireplace, the guitars going, and 1 minute you got 10 people there, and Grand Bend. If you got a party in the background, you got 100.
If you got 10, you got 100.
100, yeah. And the next thing you know, I got this party going, and it's into 3 neighbors' backyards and all over the street. The cops finally came. Our great Ontario Provincial Police Department finally came in and said, "Hey guys, you're kind of taking over the thing here." I said, "Yeah, well, who's in charge here?" I pointed at my wife and said, "She is," and I walked away. But what they did is they made us actually put 2 cars on either end of the street and block it off so nobody would get run over.
Oh, perfect. That
works good.
Yeah, he said, "You know what? We're not going to stop this. There's too many people here. Just stop people from driving up and down here before someone gets killed."
Yeah, just next time invite the OPP, and then you're good to go.
I know we did invite them to stay and have a drink, but they declined. But they did wait up the street for everybody that left.
They were waiting there with bated breath. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, right at the corner, man. They were right there, both sides. And as soon as the headlights come on, they had you because your keys are in the ignition, right? They had you. So let's just say it was an interesting 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, kind of people deal, sleeping all over the road.
Yeah, no dope. Grand Bend, what a great place that is. Grand Bend, Ontario is where we're talking about, folks. And we're talking with Scott here about his music and where they can find his music and what he's going to be doing later. We're going to get Scott back on the radio at www.accessradio.ca as soon as we get this computer glitch kind of going. And you know what? I'm sitting here in front of it, right? And you're the computer guy, Sauerkraut, and it keeps going on and off all by itself.
Oh,
it's shutting off right now. It's just shutting off, and then it'll just boot back up. So I don't know what the hell it's doing. So
that's
crazy.
Cool.
See,
did it just turn on just right now?
Yeah,
there you go.
Just turn back on.
I saw the glare. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just doing everything on its own. But Scott, it's great to have you here, man. I wish you all the success in the world. I think that you're going to be right up there with Aaron Allen. And if you read our article about Aaron Allen, I think that you and Aaron are probably going to be at the top of the country music charts for a long time to come if you keep doing what you're doing, because you're putting out a great sound. Got some great folks here that we work with that has caught interest in you, and we will share that information with you after the show here, and would like to talk to you. So, how do you feel about that?
That's fantastic. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you putting me in the same category with Aaron Allen. That in itself is a big honor just to be mentioned with him. He's such a talented artist.
No. You're in the same category as Aaron Allen. No, Aaron Allen's in the same category as you.
Oh, don't say that to Aaron Allen. He'll kick
I
your
know
ass. He's got face
No, I gotta.
tattoos, man. You don't want to mess with him.
Yeah, no
No,
doubt.
I'm
But
very thankful for the kind words and for all the support you've given myself as well as all the other artists that you guys promote and push as hard as you can. It means the world to us to have people
and
like you
that's what
guys
we do here.
with
That's
no
exactly.
vetting. Like it's one thing when mom shares my stuff, but to have people that I don't know outside of my social circle that can get on board and share it, that means the world. So thank you guys both very much for that.
Yeah, like we take it to heart. Like when we bring someone into our family, and we have a thing here. Like we only play the best of the best, and we get hundreds of emails every day. Trust me, Scott. And some of them sound like squirrels got their nuts caught in a vice. And it's like, man, like you got to be a pretty brave person. Like you've just been introduced to us. The world has known us for a couple of years, and they know that I am the most opinionated broadcaster in country music. And I'm telling you, I've told Sony off right of my show. So told them to get out of my show. So it's just don't like their attitudes with artists. But anyway, it doesn't matter that you are going to get out there, man. And when we grab you as a part of our family, and Mr. Sauerkraut has already put you on our 24-hour.
Nobody's grabbing our family here, by the way. Just wanted to clarify that. Uncle Don, come on.
Jesus. I don't think anybody else would have thought of that but you.
I guarantee there's at least 5 people in our chat right now that were thinking the same damn thing.
Yeah, and they're all related to you.
Yeah,
and,
most likely.
Here I'm giving the guy a fucking slap on the back, and you got to bust my balls, right?
Yes. Anyways, when you're part of your family.
Yeah, and we're part of this family anyway. Sauerkraut has put you on our 24-hour auto DJ, so when the DJs are not here, your music is still being played worldwide 24 hours a day. So
thank you so much, man.
And when you're part of this family, you stay a part of this family. And what we do is we take certain people out of our is this better wording, Sauerkraut? Our fold.
Okay.
We take them out of our fold and we introduce them to some certain people that may help them along their way. And then we start promoting the shit out of them. And we would like permission to do that with you. I think you're a great talent, Scott. I think you've got a future in the music business. I think that the way you're doing things is going to bring you out in the world, stand you out. You're on the same direction that I am in. You're going in the same direction Rise Up TV wants to go in. And these guys that want to talk to you are pretty big in the business. And they're not in the corporate world to deal with indie music only, indie artists only. They are worldwide. And they want to talk to Scott. And I talked to him on the phone last night. And he wants me to give you his contact number, and then we're going to leave it all up to Scott. Perfect. Scott wants to get a hold of him. Scott wants to talk to his, the band about it. You can do that, but there's opportunities there for TV coverage and all kinds of things and touring.
Excellent. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I really have faith in your music, and I'm taking a personal interest in you and your band. I play you a lot, as you notice on my page. I share your shit a lot. Because I have faith that you are going to be in the boats of Aaron Allen and probably in about 15 years be in the register of Canadian country music icon. And you just have the strive and you have the willingness to do it, and your music is 100% fantastic. I like your style. I like the little bit that you're a little bit outlawed, a little bit, sorry to say it, Shania Twainy and Taylor Swift all in once, and I hate Taylor Swift, and I say it on the fucking air all the time, and I'm going to use that effort. And I've got I've had a 5-year feud with Taylor. So she don't like me and I don't like her. Let's just put it that way. Let's just say she's never coming on the show.
Maybe she sent you the computer virus.
You know what? Sometimes I wonder, because me and her management don't get along, but it's no. Actually, I started playing Taylor, about 2 months ago, when somebody just like you said to me, "You know what Taylor's done to the country music business?" I said, "Yeah, ruined it." She says, "No. How many young fans does she bring to country music?" So I've kind of changed my opinion about this whole country pop thing. And the guy that I'm sending to you, he actually said to me one time, he says, "You got to look at music." it comes in a big circle all the time. And go back into years from the early 50s and 60s, how it just keeps coming back and revolving all the time. Country music went from, Hank Williams, twangy, cheating heart, to into the 50s, a little more rockabilly, getting the groove on, thanks to Elvis and, some of his stuff he did in rock and roll. And look how music has changed over from the 80s. And I'm gonna age you a little bit because you talk about the bands from the 80s. And look at how it's changed. And it's coming right back around. Because traditional country music is starting to come back in that slow.
It's like
it's
a
got
record.
A little bit.
It's kind of like a record spinning right round.
And this guy is saying, well, and that's it. And it comes into this 5 to 6 year generation kind of period. And right now we're at about the 5.5 year on this new wave of, well, we used to call it disco country, right? What kind of music is that? And then, it sure wasn't Johnny Lee, what you were hearing out of it. And then we met this guy named Garth Brooks that changed the industry altogether. Really. Him and Shania Twain changed the country music business forever. So I believe that Scott, Aaron, and all these guys that are coming up in the world, it's your time now. And that is why you're getting the recognition you're getting. It's just because it's Scott's time.
I sure hope so, John. Thank you for the kind words and the positive foresight. Hopefully things work out that way.
Holy shit, that was a long-winded speech, man.
Yeah, I was just about to say, shut up. No.
No, and and I give credit where credit's due. And yes, I am the most, opinionated son of a gun in radio, but I got to tell you, when it goes the other way, I give the credit where credit's due. You've worked hard, Scott. You deserve where you're going. And I'm telling you, just to get you guys together every friggin' weekend for that summer tour gig, that's pretty impressive, because you did it every weekend without change. And your fans got to know you were there. How important is that to you? Like knowing that every week the same people came to see Scott.
That means
on
the
Facebook.
world. Yeah, I mean, that means the world that people would set aside, Friday at 7:00, Scott's going to be in somebody's backyard and I'm going to be on Facebook watching. I mean, that kind of commitment means the world to me. It not only because they're supporting my music, but knowing that I'm giving them or was giving them something to do during the lockdown, right? They didn't have a lot of human interaction, and that's why I started it in the first place. I didn't have a lot. So to be able to get out and interact with people without having to go to a concert of 5,000 people was a great way to help myself, help them, as well as expose myself to new fans.
Yeah, you did a great job there, and I had a good time. Like I really did. It was like you're almost there, and I had you, I got a 75-inch television here. I got you, you plastered on here. So it is like being there. And I run you through the surround sound and all that stuff. And, you just look like you're having a friggin' good time. It's just,
they were great times.
And you just like, it's just not like you didn't want to be there. Like some of the artists, they put on we're mainstream. They put on this Facebook stuff and it's like, they don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't combed their hair. They haven't, they look like they just came out of the sauna or something. They just don't want to be there. And corporate bubble has put them there. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, another friend of mine, Mr. Luke Combs, is caught the wind and attention to a lot of independent artists because he's been sitting at home now. And of course, he came out of YouTube sensation, now, super sensation Luke Combs, he's changing. Now he's bringing guys like you into his Facebook page and doing live shows with them.
That'd be unreal.
Yeah, it's not unreal because you might get a call from the dude because before all my computer shit happened, I sent him your music.
Oh, thank you.
Just out of the blue, I was listening to his shit there, and he was talking about doing what he was doing, and I said, I got the guy I'm going to send him. And I sent him you and Aaron Allen.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Don't know if he'll get a hold of you because, he's, doing what he does, but I sent it to him anyway, just out of the blue.
It never hurts, right? You don't ask, you don't get. So.
Well, and that's what I get mainstream saying to me, like, how do you get all these guys on your show? I said, I asked. Like, I got a friend of mine that was actually surprised that Aaron Allen came on my show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, how did you get Aaron Allen after winning the awards and all as busy as he's going to be? How did you get him on your show? I said, you know what I did? I picked up my phone. I messengered on Messenger because he is a friend of mine on Messenger. And he said, sure, man, I'd love to come on your show. He says, no, you got to go through his people. I laughed at him. I says, Aaron is his people, just like Scott's his people. You know, these guys don't have people. They have themselves and their family that support them. And he says, well, isn't he signed with somebody? I said, not yet, but he's soon to be. But, you know, and that's it. And like Aaron said, you know, it's guys like us and these little independent radio stations that are worldwide that can bust the nuts right out of a performer. And we're glad to do it for you. And I'm glad to hook you up. I'm going to send your stuff to my friend that I'm going to hook you up with his number and all his contact stuff. And then it's, man, I introduced him to a couple of you guys already. And I'm not going to shoot names out because it's not been announced yet. But one of them has tripled in his Facebook followers and his YouTube followers in a week.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and his whole project and what he wants to do and what he does with artists will blow your mind. Because he's not interested in taking your money. And that's no. And he believes that and this is his what I believe he's doing. He's taking the corporate world and changing it, turning it around, where the artist gets 70% and now the label gets what they get, what's left after costs and all that stuff. But he's got a whole different program and a way of thinking about things that the independent artists still want control. So leave them with the control. Just help them get the control they need, where they need to do it. Just kind of guide them and let them do it and give them the services that they need. You know, you don't need a manager taking 20%. Then you don't need a publicist taking another 5%. And then the record label taking 70%, and Scott's left with 3.5%. That's the way the corporate world works. Yeah. And people don't understand that. So I send everybody that wants Scott's music to Scott's website. Shoot the website out, Scott, one more time.
TheScottHowarthBand.com.
There you go. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Why I say that is because 250,000 streams on Spotify get you $100, right?
It's nothing.
You get 100,000 people come to Scott's webpage and buy his music. Well, Scott gets the money. It's that simple. Go in, check out Scott's merch page. Got some interesting stuff on there. I'm going to tell you, if anybody that's listening gets on his page and looks at his t-shirts, besides you, Scott, and all your family that know what it's about, I'm going to give you a $50 Visa card if someone can tell me what that little symbol is actually used for, because most of our audience are younger. And if somebody can do that, I'm going to send them a $50 Visa gift card. Sauerkraut, give them your email because mine's all screwed up.
Oh, thanks. That's great.
I just want stuff going to you because I don't want to infect anybody with a virus, right?
All right, so it's easy. accessradio.ca@gmail.com. So our website, accessradio.ca@gmail.com. That's my email address there. I'm just, while we're talking about merch, I'm just going to pull up something here real quick because I had it already prepared. Right now, people should be able to see the merch that we have for the Halloween Spooktacular on our website there. So you'll see here a nice graphic tee here on the front, and on the back, if I blow it up, you will actually see the Scott Howarth Band listed right there on the back. So if you haven't been there yet to do that, and Scott, I should probably pull up your stuff here too. Just give me a second.
No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
What? I can't pull up his stuff to show off his stuff?
No.
All right. Well.
No, you know why? Because if you pull it up, then people don't have to go to his page and they don't have to go to my page to figure it out. No, they're going to have to go and look at Scott's page. And if they want the $50 gift certificate for the Visa card, they're going to have to actually go into Scott's page and look it up.
You're going to have to work for it.
There you go. Yep. You got to work for it, but you have to go to our webpage to get that other one.
That's right.
accessradio.tv in our merch store.
It, brother.
Yeah, but I still wanted to. We'll put a link for Scott's merch store.
Okay, go ahead.
Perfect.
Put one.
Thanks,
Put one up. I'll tell you what. I'm going to change the rules. If you want the $50 Visa card, win the $50 Visa card, you got to leave a comment on Scott's page, and I'll get a hold of Scott, and we'll see who's commented on Scott's page. And all you got to do in the comments, say, like your stuff, Visa card. Then we know it come from us.
There you go.
I want the Visa card or whatever. And Scott,
why don't we do something better than that? Why don't we just say, like your stuff, heard you on accessradio.ca?
Well, whatever.
That way we're advertising both people. We're not advertising Visa. Screw Visa.
Yeah, advertise yourselves, boys.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't do that corporate stuff. That's his job. But you know, I just want to get people to your page is what I want. That. And I want people to buy your merchandise. I want people to buy your T-shirts and your beer covers and your everything you got, Scott. I want people to buy it because I want you to be successful, and I want that next album to be the next one. Now you hear the word. I didn't say single. I said album. And man, I think that it's going to work out great for you, man. You've got some great stuff, and you know, now that I know that you work closely with Aaron, I think you two are going to go a long way together. And you know, I want you guys to on my podcast, The Cabin, together. We do we do The Cabin. It's a brand new show, and we bring more than one artist in at a time. We bring in some younger guys like you with some older guys, long in the tooth, let's say, that's been in the music business a long time. And we bring guitars and we, you know, bottle of bourbon and some cigars, and we have a good talk and a good time. We play some George Jones all together. We sing together. We have a good time. Let people know that we're human. You know,
sounds like a lot of fun.
We're just human. Oh yeah, man. That thing is. I started doing some pre-taping with Rick Snyder. I'm going to be talking to him later today and getting some pre-taping done with him. And if you've never heard Rick Snyder Band,
yeah, I've heard before.
Man, what an incredible talent that guy is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even know it. He doesn't know it.
He's still humble.
Very humble about it. Yeah. And the fact that
he's not in the dickhead stage yet.
No, he's not into the ego. Yeah. He's not into the ego.
That's the word I was looking
for. He's not Taylor Swift yet. He's not Taylor Swift yet.
Thank you.
Holy lifting. And I thought I lost my notes. But anyway, Scott, thank you very much for coming on here and doing what you do. I once again apologize for all the technical difficulties we were having here with my computer and stuff and not getting you out on the radio. But I do want to have you back in maybe on another day. Do a phone in thing maybe instead of this whole, you know, we got you on Zoom and on camera and all that stuff now, and everybody can see your pretty face. They know what Scott actually looks like without the shades. I'm thinking the first time I saw you, I got to tell you a little story. I was scrolling through and I was looking at your stuff because of, you know, talking to Aaron and stuff, and Aaron mentioned, you know, you should check out Scott's stuff. So I'm watching you on your backyard barbecue kind of deal, your concerts, and every one you got the shades on. And the second one I said, this fucking guy think he's Eric Church or what? But you know, the whole persona after, there was one there you weren't wearing them, and I says, what happened to the fucking shades, man? You changed your whole look. And no, it's a great thing. But it's nighttime, dude. You're wearing shades at night, and you know, Eric Church does the same thing, right? Have you ever seen Eric Church without his sunglasses on?
Yeah, he doesn't look right without them on. It's weird.
No, it does look weird. And I laughed when I seen that, and when it came to my head, and then the next one, you didn't have them on for a minute, or you had them down on your face, and I said, oh, the guy does have eyes. You know, but you have a good time, man. Do you really have that good of a time in the backyard, or is that just all acting?
I do, man. I love playing music, whether it's on stage or just in the backyard on camera, or even just in the backyard with a buddy, you know, jamming away. I love music, and I have so much fun, especially being on stage. That's my happy place.
Yeah, I've seen a video of you and Aaron actually performing together at some guy's birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that, you know, you guys had some cool times there. That was pretty fun. You know, is that something that you would do if someone just called you up and say, hey, man, I want you to come to my party tonight and play?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that'd be a great time. That's the same idea as those backyard tours minus the video camera, just playing, hanging out with people, and not only is it a good time, but it's a great way to get your music out to new people as well.
So if somebody wanted to book Scott, where would they get hold of you?
They can get a hold of us on our Facebook page. So on Facebook, we are the Scott Howarth Band. Look us up, find us on there, hit us up with a message, and we'll get together and figure something out for you.
Perfect, perfect. And that's great. And they can get through of course, your music through Spotify, Apple, and all the music friggin' streaming services, and of course at www.thescotthowarthband.com. Is it .com?
Just .com, yeah.
Yep, just .com. And go in there, check out his merch. We got the $50 gift certificate or Visa card going on. If you check out Scott's page, check out his merch stuff, and somebody tells us what that little symbol is in the middle. If not, we're going to donate that $50 to Scott, and Scott can put it into his next project or take his kid out for dinner or something. So,
I'll put it to the project.
Scott's an insurance agent, so he's got lots of money anyway. He doesn't need the $50.
Life insurance agents make a killing, right, Scott?
Not an agent, just a manager of a team.
Oh, there you
go. And we don't want Scott to get the $50. So go onto his page, claim the $50 just by telling us what that symbol on his shirt is. Okay, let's go.
That seems like an asshole move. We don't want Scott to get the $50.
No, we don't want
somebody else gets it.
I don't want Scott to have it. He's got enough money.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Here, turn around. Get Scott back in there, because I want everybody to just turn around. You know what he's got? Did you see all hanging up on that wall there?
Yeah.
You want me to start pricing them for you?
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I know. I do the same thing at my house too, right? Yeah. So I know that they're not cheap.
No, that's it. And Sauerkraut and I both collect guitars, so we kind of value everything at, well, Sauerkraut's always $1,000 more than it's worth, but what the hell?
I should actually bring my Les Paul and put it on display in the back here.
You should, man. That's a nice
stuff like that. But
that's a nice guitar, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And you shouldn't be playing it. I told you that before.
But I still do.
Yeah, I know.
Guitars are meant to be played. If you have an axe, you need to play it.
Well, that's it. I got my favorite guitar is, and we were talking about it before, is just an old Sears classical guitar that I got when I was about 14 years old. And I love playing that thing. It got the old cat gut strings on it. And I don't know. My dad says, "Oh, you're too much like Willie Nelson. You like the old stuff." Well, I don't know. It just sounds better to me than the newer stuff. They unless you get a really good quality guitar, it's not even worth playing. As far as I'm concerned. Scott, like if you must have played some bad guitars in your life that just won't friggin' stay in tune, or you know what I mean? Just bad quality, and the sound just is not there.
I've got my main guitar is a brand new Taylor. But my backup one I take, or the one I play the most around the house, is a 1978 Gibson J45, and I love.
Oh, there you go. You know what I mean? And the sound quality of that thing, you know what I mean? But a Taylor, now most people don't even know Taylor exists. If you talk to a lot of band guys, they don't even know what a Taylor is.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've had that for a year and a half now. I walked into the store and I saw this beautiful dark Hawaiian koa wood, and I'm like, that looks beautiful. Let me see how it sounds. And it sounded as good as it looked. I'm like, sold.
Oh, I know, and that's it. Anyway, we should get back a little bit onto your music. You got the new single coming out. Any plans to put this all together into one album?
Yeah, maybe eventually, once we get at least 5 or 6, maybe we'll get an EP together. Or maybe we'll come up with 5 or 6 brand new ones to put together on an EP. All just comes down to if we can get some money raised through our merchandise to get back in the studio and record 5 or 6, then we'll go that route. But if not, we'll just keep taking it one at a time and baby stepping it till we get to where we need to be.
And that's the one thing that I want people to realize is that, when you go into when Scott and the band goes into the studio, it's coming out of Scott's pocket and the band's.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have corporate agencies saying, here, go spend 40 hours in the studio. Don't worry, it's all covered. You have to cover it. So it's very important that you guys go to their website and buy their merch and get their music right through them. Because I hate when people take it, everybody needs to make money. Yes. But there's no reason for these. To me, they're exploiting the industry, and that just drives me nuts. that you guys work so hard to do what you do. And when I found out that, like these streaming things that you got to like get 250,000 streams and you get $100, it was like, what?
Bubblegum money.
It's just that doesn't even get them the gas money to get to the studio.
That's bubblegum money. That's what that
well, no,
is.
you got four. Well, no, you got four band members. They all don't live in London, so they got to get there to do their thing. And 250,000 streams seems absurd, right? It seems like a lot, but in the streaming world, it's not. Right. And I found that
it's difficult to get to 250,000.
No, I know, but to guys, I've talked to Spotify, and like they always use Garth Brooks or Luke Bryan. Well, Luke Bryan gets them in one day.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah, no shit. He's got the corporate bubble, selling it all over the world. Where Scott's doing it himself is what I'm saying. And it's better
but
just
Spotify should be used for. And Apple Music, unless you're buying it from iTunes. But Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, all that stuff, it should only be used to sample it. If you like it, buy it. Buy it from the artist direct if you can. That's the best route. After that, Apple Music is the next best route. Or iTunes, rather.
Not iTunes, not Apple.
iTunes. iTunes, you can still buy music, believe it or not, people. This is, I know we're 2020 and that people are used to ripping music, stealing it, and streaming it, but you can still buy it and you can still support your local artists that way. And if you don't want to buy it, then go buy a t-shirt at least and support them that way. Like, come on.
Well, that's the way I look at it. Doesn't that bug you when people just, people are ripping off your music, Scott? Like stealing it off the sites and, taking your YouTube videos and ripping them and,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sucky not to get paid as you deserve to, but at the same time, it's nice that it's able to get out to all the people in the world, right? I mean, if it wasn't for platforms like Spotify and iTunes, they may not pay very much, but if they weren't,
I get you now.
They weren't doing that, people all over the world wouldn't have access to our music. So it's kind of a catch-22, I guess.
So how long have you been actually dealing with this Spotify and stuff like that? Like, is this a couple of years or what are you doing?
A couple of years, yeah.
So, do you find that people know you better because of Spotify and this? Are people actually looking you up, is what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get reports all the time, and it'll show me where people have listened. So, say, this week you had X amount of views on each of these songs, and for this song, these were your top cities. So it'll be, London, Toronto are always big ones because that's the area I'm from, but then you'll see some from Australia that have listened on Spotify or iTunes or Germany or Finland, some places where I never would have imagined my music would be heard. So, I mean, having that platform to get it there is fantastic. It'd be nice if they paid us a little bit more every time it did, but
yeah. Where is the weirdest place that you've seen your music being played? Or the strangest place? Or something you would never have thought you would have ever seen your name?
Our first song, Turn the Radio Up, I saw got played in Iraq on Spotify.
Wow. And that's one of the countries that rip us off here. They take, because we're not allowed to, of course, being part of that accord, do what we do. Somehow, man, when I got my system on, I can see where people are too. And I got Scotland, and then it'll come from Egypt or Iraq. And, we get together, me and Sauerkraut there, and it's like, how the hell do these guys get in there? And he says it's easy.
I'm just looking right now at the weirdest places that somebody has listened to this week. While we had Scott Howarth band on, we had Bangladesh, Cambodia, Ecuador, Egypt, Germany, Guam, Greece, Guyana, Honduras, India, Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, Iraq. There's Israel. I'm trying to find the one that stands out, but Moldova, Republic of Moldova.
Not familiar with where that is.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where that is, but I'll tell you that 4 people were listening from there.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Somebody from Nepal. You're heard in the mountains of Nepal. There you go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All because of the Don Pierce Show and Access Radio and In Conversation. Wow. you know, and
Yeah.
that's what we do here, man. We put you worldwide. And
Thank you
like I
guys
said,
so much.
now can you figure out where I'm at there? Like we're legally allowed and licensed to be in 5 countries, right? 5, right?
Yep.
You there looking at the computer, 5
Yep.
countries, and we're heard everywhere. It's
Yep.
just crazy how they get it.
And I don't want to get you too excited, but somebody from the Virgin Islands has been listening as
Oh,
well. Yeah.
Oh,
very nice.
Virgin Islands, U.S. But
yeah,
I've
you
been
know
told
that.
that none of us are allowed to go down there because
Yeah,
then they just be called the islands.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And you know who's listening from there. Right? You know well as I do. You know who it is too.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
we're
yeah,
not going to tell
there's
you, Scott.
there's like I said, a ton of new countries the last couple of days that have been coming in.
It's crazy.
Pakistan, Nigeria,
That's
even,
awesome. I mean, that just shows what you guys are able to do for us. Sorry, Sark, I didn't mean to cut you
yeah,
off there.
no, that's not a problem. And the funny part is that, like I said, we've got it set so that these people
Can't.
from any other countries besides Canada, U.S., and U.K. can't listen. So they've found ways to get around the locks that we've set up that they can't
They
listen,
get into our
just
show.
so that they could listen to our show, right? So it's actually
That's
pretty good.
crazy.
And like I said, you've been heard there. Not just you, all of our artists have been heard there. See, but we have to be careful, like playing Toby Keith, for example, because we're not allowed to play Toby Keith in Iraq.
That's right.
It wouldn't go over
No,
very
he'd sue
well
you.
either way.
No, he would sue you.
Yes. So
And he's come right out and told you, you play
yeah,
my shit in any other country but the United States, Canada, North America,
yeah,
ally countries, I will
right,
sue you.
yeah,
And he's come right out on national TV and said it. And he's warned independent radio stations that you play my stuff in Iraq, I will sue you and
yeah.
I will bring you down.
Wow.
Very, very patriotic, that man, about
Yeah, he is definitely.
you know. So we honor that, and I only play Toby Keith when I can see there's people not in Iraq, and I got a lot of Toby Keith, and unfortunately, you know, if that's the way he's going to be about it, I can't control who listens to the show, obviously,
No,
right?
and
As you
that's
can
the
see.
thing. We've done our due diligence to set up those blocks, and people find their way around it. That's fine. As they find their way around it, we can't do nothing about it. And it's kind of like the stream rippers, right?
Yeah,
People have stream rippers. They rip streams from. People could even rip our stream and put it on a podcast. Who knows? Like things like that do happen out there.
I find it happens a lot in Europe. A lot of American shows are getting ripped off and put over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's we had
this
that happen.
this is suggesting otherwise the last couple of days, anyway. So,
But you know what I mean? They rip us off, right? They
yep,
they they rip our music off. They listen to the show and they, you know, the songs they want, they just rip it and steal it, and then they air it on their station. Well, they think I have a problem with that. Well, I really don't, because it's getting Scott's music out there
right,
to another station, right?
right.
And that's the important part. So, you know, Scott, when you come on here and you're listening to your, like, as you can see, we are worldwide, and you know, we got a big dent in the industry, and we're glad to be, you are a part of this family.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the more places to listen, the better. Maybe we'll even start a Middle Eastern tour for next summer if we can travel again.
Well, buddy, this dude that I'm going to set you up with, yeah, he's bringing his tour to Cambodia, dude.
Oh, wow.
He's doing the 7 Wonders of the World tour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
What a great
going
idea.
on tour, Scott?
Yeah, to Cambodia. Let's go. I'm already packed.
I know shit, eh? Wouldn't that be a tour? Can you imagine that? A worldwide tour ending in Cambodia.
That'd be wild.
It's never been done.
What a great idea.
Mainstream music has never went to Cambodia, I believe, like from North America like that in a tour. I don't know. He's crossing channels that even scare me sometimes when he starts talking. I'm telling you, it's just like, man, you got some wide visions. And you know, he's the first one that's going to say that I'm not going to this he shit. Mark Rosner.
Let's not give away all of our secrets. Come on.
Fuck. You know, I'm tired of it. Mark Rosner. You know, I talk to him all, you know, on a daily basis now, and through either messaging or some kind of thing. And you know, his vision is just remarkable. He is going to change the way music is heard. He's going to change the way artists are managed and you know, brought through their career. And I'm excited about it. and I'm excited that he's offered for us to take some of his artists on, which is pretty cool. Not only country but rock and pop and all the stuff that he delivers, which is pretty cool. That he's willing to. He thinks enough of our show to give us his artists to put on the air, which is pretty cool. And
something right.
what's that? I didn't get that.
Means you're doing something right.
Something right. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? And he's changing the world. And like he said, I didn't get where I was if I didn't take chances. Because you don't take chances in this industry, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You got to be different. And that backyard concert series was cool. If this pandemic lasts, and it's getting worse in Ontario, unfortunately for you guys, a lot of things closing, a lot of things going to change in your life, now we're only allowed to, even in British Columbia, 6 people even in your home. And they got to be within that 6 bubble, right? That bubble you have, $2,000 fine if you get caught. Yeah. And that's coming to Ontario. There's going to be more restrictions, as your premier said this morning, coming. And, I truly believe that the problem we're having with this pandemic is every province, every district, every area has a different plan. We got to get on the same fucking page as this so we can get the music and get you guys back out on tour where you're safe, and your listeners and your audience is safe. But,
would you feel safe traveling in a glass box, Scott?
Like a Pope Mobile type of glass box?
Hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you could play guitar and sing in a Pope Mobile type glass box, would you be? There we go. So it can be done safely. You know what I mean?
Rise Up TV's proving it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they got the little guys playing the guitars in their little they call them the glass coffins, and they're doing their thing. And what gets me is you're doing your thing, and you're out there, you're there every weekend. People know you're there, and that's the same thing that is important to keep going, no matter what. And a lot of artists aren't doing it, and that's why they're dying, and that's why you are getting so popular. It's that simple.
Yeah. I mean, if there's not shows to play, that doesn't mean there's nothing to do. You can always find ways to reach your fans and get your music out. You just got to get off your ass and do it sometimes, right?
Well, and that's it. And what does your fan base think about that? Well, look what Scott's doing for us, and which is pretty cool. You're not even asking for a penny.
Yeah.
You don't ask for money. When you go to these backyards, are you in filming and stuff? Are you charging the dudes for being in the backyard?
Nope.
See what I mean, guys? Like, it's just done out of love and heart for music.
And are you charging people to join your concerts when you do them?
No.
Like your live streams, right? So all of this free, just like us too. I mean, we were approached by somebody saying that, why don't you just charge even, $5 for everybody that comes into the live stream when you do the live stream for the concert? Said that's not the point. The concert is to bring awareness to a real issue, human trafficking, stuff like that. All the artists have donated their time and their song, their music, stuff like that. Why are we going to turn a buck off of it? The artists aren't getting anything out of it. Why are we? And then they said, well, donate 90% of it back to the cause, and then it sounds like that you did something. I said, again, that's shady. That's just trying to get money. If people want to donate, hey, we're going to have a link where you can donate to the human trafficking, anti-human trafficking, stuff like that. But so the artists, everybody that's going to be on this Halloween Spooktacular have all gave us their time, have all agreed to do that, which was awesome on their behalf, and that just shows you the type of artists that we have and that we support, because I can guarantee you that if I approached Dean Brody, his agent would be like, give us $100,000, we might think about it. You know what I mean? And give us writing credits and all this other stuff, and we might think about it. But I can guarantee you that we wouldn't have got him on the show, even though what's the other guy there that in Alberta that's got a human trafficking thing?
Paul Brandt.
Paul Brandt, sorry. Yes. So Paul Brandt, we reached out to him because he's got his
anti-trafficking.
Yeah, what does he call it?
Pardon?
What is it
He's
called?
in a human trafficking task force of Alberta.
Okay. So he's part of that. So we kind of reached out to him saying like, we're doing this and this is what it's all about. Would you be interested in even just one song or just stop in and say hi?
Yeah.
Talk to my publicist. So
Well, it wasn't really Paul that said talk to the public. It was his team, management team.
right.
And
Well,
and that is why, I do not like dealing with I hate publicists and I hate dealing with managers because they think that their artist is the most important thing in the world. And yes, that's a good way to look at your artist, but you know what, we got a show to do, and all your demands, I don't have time for it, and I don't have time to go through 10 publicists to get to the artist. So if I reach out to you, if I and I do this personally, I reach out to them personally, and you answer me back. We get into a dialogue. I'm talking to Luke Combs all the time on Facebook, on Messenger, and that's the problem. Unfortunately, when you get in that corporate bubble, it's the corporate bubble that tells you where you're going to go, what time you're going to be there, and God forbid you got to poop in between because you don't have time. Sorry, we got to be there.
yeah.
And they control your life.
All right.
Anyway,
Are we holding you up from getting to work or what?
I might get fired, but whatever.
No, you know what? We're actually going to end this anyway, Scott, because it's been a while, and I'm really got to apologize again for all the technical difficulties I'm having here. It is not the show that I had planned, even though it was a good show.
Not your fault with the problems, and it was great. It was great to talk to you guys. I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you so much.
But we are going to have you back, Scott. Okay,
Sounds
you
like a
got to
plan.
promise me that you will come back, and we can do this right.
I promise you. I'll be back, boys.
I want to thank you in person, for me and Access Radio, for being a part of the Spooktacular. I really appreciate you donating your time, and your members of the band donating their time. Please send our thank you to them.
I will. We had a hell of a time shooting that. It was so much fun. So it was our pleasure to be a part of it.
Good, because we've got another one coming up pretty soon.
Count us in.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do it. We're gonna try and do a Christmas one, dude.
Excellent.
And probably I don't know. We'll find some cause. Maybe one of your favorite charities. We'll do it for this time. Who knows? We'll get
maybe we'll do Operation Christmas Child.
Yeah, something like that.
Make a Billy Graham connection there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks. Ian, did you say Billy Graham?
Billy Graham, yeah. Well, that's Franklin Graham's charity, Operation Christmas Child, and they send
I know,
boxes of Christmas gifts, like cleaning supplies and stuff, to third world countries.
Do you really? Yeah, and I never did get that. Why are we? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's just that. Can you see me bringing myself into a? No. I'm not going. I'm not doing no religious stuff, man.
Now all of a sudden you gotta drop the F word, right?
Yeah, and now you got me thinking about religious foundations and stuff. Holy, I can't do that.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I can't because how I ain't made. No, that ain't happening.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm saying it right on air. It's not happening. Scott, stick around for a minute. I want to talk to you. Hey, guys, have a great day. Thank you for joining us. Sorry about all the technical difficulties we're having in conversation today. If you're just joining us, we had a virus put into my system during my birthday party show yesterday. Don't know how it happened. The IT guys are doing their thing. Sauerkraut will be doing his thing after the show, I suppose, to figure out what the hell's going on so we can get back on the air. But Scott, I want to thank you for being here, man. I love your music. Keep it up, man. And I hope you the ever best of success in your career.
Thank you so much. And thanks to you and Sauerkraut for having me on this morning. It's been an absolute blast. I've loved it and can't wait to talk to you guys again soon.
Awesome.
You know what? I just wish it would have worked out the way we had planned, but it didn't, and the show just got to go on. So hey, we're doing the best we can. Do not forget, I want a copy of that new single that you're going to put out.
For sure, you guys are going to premiere it on here once we get her laid down.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe we will. And we've got a lot of stuff in the works here at Access Radio that you might be interested in. So anyway, folks, we're going to say goodbye. Scott, I'm going to talk to you a minute after the show here. Say your last piece, man. Get your website out there, your song and your music out.
thescotthowarthband.com, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Get on there and follow what we're doing. I got a Facebook Live coming up next Saturday, November 7th. Make sure you tune in this Saturday for the Rise Up TV Spooktacular event. And our music is everywhere you stream music, Spotify and all that, YouTube, wherever you get it, you'll find us. Check us out. Hit us up with a message. Let us know what you think.
Yep.
That's
And
it. That is
so
Access
I'm going to
TV,
do
by
my
the way.
part before we get up. Yeah, it's
Just TV.
accessradio.tv, not Rise Up TV. But that's well, that's okay. Don was bringing it up, and that's why
Yeah, you said it too many times this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what it
But
is? There are
long story short, I have to get to my thing too, right? So you have to hit that subscribe button, subscribe down below, and if you don't, well, your bedroom's going to be infested with bed bugs tonight. That's
well,
just the
there
way
you
that it
go.
works. That's how YouTube works. They know the people that didn't subscribe, and if you didn't subscribe, I'm sorry, but I can't do nothing about it.
There you go. Hey, you have been in conversation with Don Pierce, Sauerkraut, and Mr. Scott Howarth with the Scott Howarth Band. Scott, thank you for joining us, man. Great songs. Catch them out on Spotify, Apple, everything. ScottHowardBand.com. Check him out, buy the stuff there, and do not forget, check out his merch page because $50 Visa card going to the person that can tell me what that little symbol on his shirt is. Sauerkraut, hit up the website again where they can send their answers to, please.
For which one? Oh, my
man.
email?
Yes, please.
Well, my email is
the access
accessradio.ca@gmail.com.
And you must leave a comment in Scott's page.
Yep.
That you came from Access Radio and you're part of whatever he said back there.
You love his songs that you heard on accessradio.ca.
Something on that line.
Yep.
Anyway.
And if you do win the $50 Visa gift card, there's a rule. You have to use it to buy either the Halloween Spooktacular shirt, or you have to use it to buy Scott's T-shirt. Those are the
Good
two
plan.
rules.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, and dude, I would be wearing one of them fancy shirts right now if my friends would remember us, and just mail it out,
Well, send me your address. Send me your address, Don.
Yeah,
you too, Sauerkraut. I'll send you boys both one.
Yeah, I can
love
actually
that shirt,
pick it
man.
up in person next time I'm down in London. I go there quite often, actually, for business. So that's why I was mentioning that I should have to have a talking to your guitarist there. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.